Okay, well, I'm live, apparently.
Hello, people.
Hello, people of Earth.
We just spent some time doing our level up, getting all that done. So now we have a level 4 party, except for Midge, who's
I'm
hasn't
still
picked
picking
all
a
the
spell.
spells.
I've got to pick one spell now. It's fine. On my end, I can't seem to get the webcams. All seem to have gone like missing.
I can see everyone except for Utari.
Yeah, as
So
normal.
normal.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I can see everyone. Like that's fine. But I mean, actually, on
On
stream.
stream.
On stream, I've got everyone as well.
Is there any way to keep track of like something other than ammo?
Like
Do
what?
you know? Like Bardic Inspiration?
Bargain.
You mean notes section, don't you, somewhere? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a notes section on your
Yeah.
thing. So you could do that. Let's see here. You could theoretically do something like that. Let's see here. I'm gonna try it. No. No.
To Google.
Why are they not like loading or showing? That's really weird.
How many do you have a day?
Well, coffees.
4.
7.
Is it 4 a day? Because you have 1 per level.
Oh, that's a good thing to check. Classes, Bard. How many spells am I supposed to have?
Oh, now it's doing it.
Spells known. Is there any way to... Okay, that's not in that book.
Oh, right, Estenia, I got you your rage.
Ah. Is that what I
That's
press?
You see that little thing that says effects, and it's got like a little effect icon button next to it. You can click that, or you can click and drag that onto your token, or
Okay.
onto the entry in the combat tracker, and that will give you rage for 1 minute.
Ah.
Roach?
I didn't know if you had a special thing because of rage, like if you had taken a special thing, but either way, yes. Go ahead, rival.
I have a question from my community. They want to know, how are you given the fact it's like minus 60 billion degrees over there?
Well, we picked up a space heater this week for my room specifically, because you can see behind me I have a very large window in my room, and the wind is coming from the other side of that window
Ow.
this way. So my bed is also at the base of that window, so I now have a space heater pointed at me, and usually also pointed in towards the bed at night, so I'm good. I'm also wearing I'm wearing a thick house coat that I normally wear compared to my thin one, a button-down long sleeve shirt, and then a t-shirt underneath it. And I'm now, I am level. I've leveled out my temperature. Bardic Inspiration, Crimson. How much do you have? Because I have a thing and I've got it worked. I just need to know how many you have.
It goes up with charisma, right?
I don't know. I just
I
need
was
to know how
asking
many times
Midge.
you can.
He was asking Midge.
Midge,
Bardic
how many Bardic
Inspiration.
Inspiration? Yeah. How much
It's
should
to
it
do
be?
with level.
Oh, it's based on level?
Points
Then
per level, yeah,
4, I think.
I believe. Unless certain bards do different things.
Oh, it's equal to your charisma modifier, so 4.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, next level becomes a D8.
All right, look inside of your inventory. Or not your inventory, your actions. R1. You now have Bardic Insp. I just didn't want to type it all.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Now
looking at the same thing.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that should work now. All right, is everybody good to go?
Yeah.
Kind of ish.
I mean, yeah, I have an in-character question. Sort of in-character question. Well, it has to deal with my character. How do you become proficient in something?
Either the
Like,
cost.
if you're not proficient right now.
Yeah.
I mean?
Peaks.
You can do a couple of things. You can spend
Like-
time dedicated to trying to become proficient in it. Like,
Okay.
it'd be like you
Like
have
an
to spend
instrument.
time learning it. Like
Okay.
an instrument, yeah, and it'd be quite a bit of time for an instrument. Like, it depends on the difficulty. Like, just learning how to use armor in combat, that could take like a month or two, like of training it. But like using an instrument, become proficient in it, you're thinking like maybe 3 months, something like that.
Okay.
'Cause you're learning all of the intricacies of it, that kind of stuff. And that's for non-magical things. That's what you're looking at.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And does that have to work for the same as for like skills? So say I want to get better at handling my dog.
You want to become proficient in animal handling?
Basically, yeah.
That's a bit more difficult because
Okay.
because you're learning
It's changing
essentially a
both.
skill. You're
Right,
It'd
okay,
be
yeah, I
like saying
figured.
like I want to know how to tie fishing flies. Like
Right.
okay, now spend a year
Good
doing
luck.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Then now you're good. That's what you're doing.
Oh, that didn't
Got it.
work. That didn't work.
Okay.
Fuck.
Let us know when we're good, Midge, because you're the one that records these. So for the podcast, so I'm not really
Podcast
sure.
is recording.
Yay!
It's the. I'm having webcam issues. They weren't showing, and then they started showing, and one of them was horribly, horribly maimed.
Oh dear.
And it's
Oh, dear,
roaches.
dear.
It's fine.
It is you that's now gone. Well, originally it was Chris, and then I duplicated one and changed the filter on the other
Oh,
to try and make
you
it
should
into
just-
Chris.
You should have just left it
Um,
as me being gone. I don't want to scare
and-
anyone off.
Well, and the thing is, like, I changed it, and the filter changed on both of them instead of just the one. So now I had, instead of having 2 roaches for a while, I had 2 Chris's.
If it was something to chuck in there in place of my face, since webcam, there you go.
Yeah, and you've got my mini roach as an icon.
Oh shit! That reminds me. I need.
We can go, and I will just do this.
Okay, so who here wants to do the recap, or should I do the recap? It's up to you.
I don't mind doing it.
I did one last week or the week before.
All right, Futari, go ahead and do the recap.
So last time on Dragon Ball Z. So we began the session as we ended last week, where we'd set up an improvised punji trap to ensnare this creature that we were hunting. There was another hunter after it as well, a professional hunter, whose name eludes me in a minute. But we was the one who managed to find the monster's lair. After some time waiting and the snobby hunter passing along and losing his way again, we found ourselves face to face with a displacer beast. We engaged in combat, managed to just about successfully lure it into the punji trap, and then delivered righteous justice to its face. After defeating the creature, we skinned it, chopped off various body parts for people to have, and made our way back to, when Matt cooperates with me, back to Sleetle, where we acquired the reward from the village sheriff, and
Reeve.
are now Reeve. Yes, that's one. Reeve from the village Reeve, and are now proceeding onwards to Gorgon.
There was also a thing with Rivallon falling asleep and having nightmares.
Ah, yeah, Rivallon's weird vision dream.
Which I had an out of character, fucking what's it called?
Revelation.
Yeah, revelation with.
My bad. I was trying to pull up your stream on my phone so I could look at chat, and ad started
Played an
playing. I
advert.
couldn't mute it.
Okay. Yeah, I had an out of character to revelation, but it turns out my character doesn't have the information that my real me has. I'm also going to be spending a little bit. All right, I fixed the webcams. I can go back to. Yeah, I fixed the webcams. I can go back to picking my spell. Fuck yeah.
Jesus. All right.
I think I know which one I'm going with.
yes, that you basically got everything. Actually, I just realized you guys never actually even met the sheriff of Slate Hall.
No.
Nope.
Even though
Nope.
I had him written down. Either way.
Sorry.
We might go back
No.
there. You never know.
Yeah, who knows? You don't know how much stuff you're passing by and things.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. I don't even have to railroad you guys. You're railroading yourself. You're on the tracks.
This is the first time you've had a party that has stayed with one quest for a while.
Multiple times, in fact.
Yeah. But yes, Rivallon did have a bit of a flashback or some visions to his past, and was contacted by some thing during his vision. What it is, he does not know. Nobody was able to figure out what it was from his description. But we did end last night. We did end the last session. You guys were about midway through your journey along the Eastern Coast Road, and it was just morning when you all finished your watches. Rivallon did his exposition dump and kind of conversed with Isaac, with R1 listening in. But it is now morning. Is there anything you guys would like to do for today, other than your travels that you were planning on doing?
Before we leave camp, I'd like to ask Isaac and Rivallon if I can see the symbol, and then do a history check, see if I know anything about it, because I never did that before we left.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
ended last week.
By all means, have a look.
All right. He describes it to you. So.
Oh, well, I drew it, didn't I? I already drew it for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did draw it. You did draw it. So you have a pretty good approximation. So go ahead and make a history check.
16.
Yeah, it doesn't really jump out at you. It looks fairly generic. There's not a huge amount of identifying things about it. It's just one geometric shape with some, odd little scribbles next to it.
All right.
Doesn't really mean anything to you off the top of your head. So yeah. Okay, I just had to get my dice out. So if there's nothing else you guys want to.
One question. Are the instruments in this world just the ones that are in the book?
I mean, if there was something else you thought you wanted, you could ask, and I will tell you whether or not it exists in this world.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to know if I needed to try and design it in character before I got to Gorgon.
I mean, it may not be common.
Okay.
So who knows?
Just gonna invent instruments for this world.
Yeah.
I call it the electric guitar.
Well, no, because
It shoots lightning.
It's an instrument based on other instruments. I figured it wouldn't be too hard.
That'd be
Are you going to say something, Ustenia? I heard you.
Yes, I am going to fetch us some pretty fast with my Wanderer ability.
He wanders round and round.
All right, give me a survival check. You'll get something, but this just depends on what kind of quality stuff you get. Maybe a boon, maybe something else.
Go. 10.
Pretty average. Small woodland creatures, some local game and edible plant life that you're able to find around here. And obviously, you're able to refill the water skins with drinkable water, so everybody doesn't have to go into any other rations for it. Yeah, you have a breakfast. It takes you, you set out a little earlier than everyone kind of wakes up. You come back right when everybody's starting to break camp down, and you before you put out the campfire, you all settle around, cook what he's got, and then kind of portion it out for everybody and eat it. Then you're on your way. So go ahead, Isaac.
Do we have a soundboard for today that I need to load up?
No, we do
Okay.
not. I did some testing, and it times out automatically if you don't mess with any of the sound, any of the volumes or sounds after like 10 or 15 minutes or something like that.
Oh,
It's short. It's not that long, and I don't want to have to keep juggling that until I get my third screen above my other two screens. Then I'll be able to do it just fine. But until then. So, yeah, you guys set out in the early morning. Just gonna check what day it is exactly here. Yeah, early morning, and you are now pushing on past the like you can see the Frandare forest falling away from you. Like it's hugging the road going northeast instead of straight east that you're along, and it's now at this point kind of it's going over the gentle rolling hills of the coast, of like the coastal terrain that you're at right now, and you're in more open territory. There's still bunches of trees and like little clumps, but nothing too thick. Like you wouldn't call it a forest; you just call it like a thicket or something like that. But you keep pushing on through, and it's about say midday or a little later than that when you start getting into the hills of the peninsula that kind of just are on the interior of this little offshoot here, that separate the northern part of this peninsula from Gorgon. So that's why there's that little branch or a little fork there between Night Rock and Gorgon. And the road's starting to get, it's just as well kept, but now it's a little harder going. Like you're slowed down a little bit because now there's you go over hills, around hills. Like it's trying to take the path of least resistance, but it's still slowing you down. And you get probably about a year before it's getting about the time for you to settle down for the night. So you're about maybe, you'd guess from your map, because you're using a map to navigate by, because you bought one. You're about, with your current going and where you're figuring you're at, maybe 5 or 6 hours from the actual city of Gorgon. So are you guys wanting to bed down, or are you wanting to push on? Because if you push on, then you'll be getting there like near midnight, essentially.
I think I suggest
Yeah.
we just wait.
Bed
Yeah.
down, get there in the morning.
much better.
Afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with this. I can keep us
All right, then.
supplied with provisions as long as there's provisions to be had.
It's a little bit. What's the word? It's a little bit more sparse here. There's not as much in the way of trees and forest, but you're able to find things. Like there are still little creatures and critters around in the plains that you've been able to pick up throughout the day. As you spot one off in the distance, and you ride up and you set up, you get your bow out, and you're able to to take out, like, it's a little like jackrabbit, like that kind of stuff, just throughout the day.
So where
you've
we're at now,
got-
is it a desert or is it plains?
It's like you're bedding down near a thicket of trees, but around this
Okay.
thicket is just a plains kind of setting. Like
Okay, got it.
it's rolling coastal terrain that's butting up against kind of a jaggedy hill plateau.
Okay,
that's
I got
north of you. Yeah, and it's starting to empty out into like this, like you can tell by the map, like this. You wouldn't know this, but out of character, it's like a glacial lake that's set up here, like where glaciers used to be. But You know
Yeah, I
how
got
like
it.
basically North America is
Yeah,
just
got it.
flat in the center because of that. That's what it's kind of looking like here. So you're right at the edge of that kind of terrain. But yeah, you set up along kind of the south side of the road. You've got all of your little bedrolls laid out around a campfire. You've got you chop down like maybe like a yearling. Like it's not a huge tree, but it's something to just do you for the night instead of cutting down a big one. And so you got a fire going, cook up what you got throughout the day. If there's anything else you guys want to do before you bed down for the night.
I'm gonna try and remember all the instruments that we were told about in Bard's College, oh so long ago, and see if the one I have in mind, the type of instrument I have in mind is one that is real or needs to be designed.
What do you
Like I have an idea of one, but I can't remember if it's one that I remember seeing or if it's
He
one
wants
that.
a hurdy-gurdy.
Shut up.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yes. Yes.
Let me take a look at something here.
See when it was designed.
No, I'm taking a look at my cultural map.
Oh.
Yeah, where is the closest thing to 1600s United Kingdom?
Or Eastern Europe, or Italy, or
Oh, yeah,
the Byzantine
actually,
Empire.
Byzantines.
It exists, but it's on the same vein. Like it's on the same vein as it's not a cheap instrument, and it's not a common instrument, and it's
Okay.
you've heard of it. Like you're thinking of it, and you're going like, "Oh, I wonder what this sound is," and then you're going like, "Oh, right, that." And it's normally seen in the First Kingdoms, which is why you know of it, because you had a couple
Right.
instructors who used it, knew how to do it, and they demonstrated it. But it's not like a street fair instrument.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's something they use for like if there's a big feast or a courtly event, they'll have something like that there. It's an equivalent of like a piano. Like it's
Right.
just more mobile. Is basically the only difference when it comes to its prestige, and like not everybody has this.
Got it.
So think
Okay.
of it like that. Yeah. You theoretically you could find one. It's just it'd be expensive because you need to find somebody who's willing to make you one or sell you theirs, and it's not common here.
Right. Okay.
It's not common.
You need to
in the
find a
Dwarven
music.
freeholds.
You need a music shop, basically.
Basically, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you'd need to find a music shop, which that would mean you'd probably need to go to an area that has a bardic college.
Right.
And you know that the Freeholds does have a bardic college branch in Norn Durim.
Right. Yeah. I have that in my notes somewhere.
Yeah, that's got a I forget which one exactly. I don't have it on top of my head.
North
Right,
of the
okay.
rim. Oh, that's way north.
Yeah, way north.
That's the northernmost kingdom, or the northernmost hold on the border with. I don't have my map up right now, but it's on the border with another nation. But yeah, you know it exists. You just know it'd
Okay.
be a bit difficult to find it.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else anybody needs?
Yeah, I want to go away from the group a little bit, find somewhere quiet and pray, and try and contact my guidance to specifically ask about the questions posed by Rival's Dream.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
Come on, Isaac. Give us a good score, buddy.
I would normally make you roll a disadvantage for this because you are not in a place of worship, but you are closer. You're the closest you've been to a place of Paylor worship in this entire campaign. Because there's a Church of Paylor less than 5 hours away. So I'll give you a normal
15.
15. That's the best religion check you've made for any of this. So okay. And,
Thanks, Midge.
Cleric life, that.
I appreciate it, Midge.
Just doing my
Jesus
job.
Christ. I'll be back. There's someone knocking at my door.
Okay.
Tell them I said hi.
I need to check your background for a second. And who's your spirit guide?
My auntie.
Yeah, I need to know her name. Trying to look it up. I don't know if I don't know if I put that in your notes.
I put it in my notes, for sure. I think.
I don't know if I transferred that.
Oh, okay. I can quickly boot up Roll20 and get it for you.
I'm already doing it.
Fair enough.
I'm already doing it. Don't worry yourself and your 30 tabs and your your weird aspect ratio of a computer screen. Hopefully it still works. Hopefully,
It does.
hopefully
I went on it
boot up the
earlier.
campaign.
I went on the campaign earlier. It does work.
Okay, good.
Because I needed, because obviously we now have a backlog for the podcast that's slowly going up. I've started catching up on that today. I needed to remember what Fall Harbor was called, so I needed to boot up the map, and it was the fastest way of booting up the map. Yeah,
You guys need to. I can put these on like a Google Drive or something like that. If you guys
that'd be
want
cool.
copies of the map or something, just so you guys can have an external source of this.
Fuck, I'll get one print.
Um,
But
and-
yeah, no, I came to the previous, like the backlog of podcasting and opened all the files up, and bar the file that I recorded last week, the previous two had corrupted completely, and all the audio was
So normal then.
yeah, 100%. It was either that or because this was before Crimson had gotten the new mic.
That's probably it. That's, to be honest, that's probably it.
No, so I had to go re-download all the streams and try and strip it from the streams. So the quality isn't as good, but it's better than.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's
How do
okay.
you pronounce that, Midge, in the Discord? Because that's what I'm getting from your
Haziel.
the skim.
So
Hazel.
like
Like Hazel, but with more
with
more
more-
pretentious.
yeah, but with more angel in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Make sure you put that on. Make sure you put that in your notes section somewhere, like
Yeah, I
bonds
will.
or something. So
I also gave you a description of her there somewhere, or in our Discord messages of like, so what her personality type is.
Well, shit. Hopefully, getting this all condensed into a single document would have been better than putting it in Discord. Just future reference.
Yeah. Also, I didn't realize it was Girl Scout cookie season.
Oh.
Did you just buy yourself some Thin Mints?
No, I'm broke, so I couldn't, thankfully. But these girls are crazy. It's like
Oh wait, no. What the fuck are they doing out in
it's
this weather?
22 degrees before wind chill, and it's blustery out. It's selling Girl Scout cookies. I was like, what the hell?
Sorry, what's that in English money?
Uh,
I believe it's YOLO Swaggins.
So you half it to
Or
10.
Tree Fitting.
minus 30. Oh god, that's what, like -7?
Oh, that's nothing compared to Roach. Roach,
oh,
what's your temperature?
Celsius.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's minus 26 Celsius here right now.
So you're essentially in Finland.
Yeah. No, there are in the United States. There are places currently. There are whole states in the United States right now that are colder than the Arctic.
Yeah, my sister, it's -60 where she's at.
Yeah.
The
That's what
inside
that is.
of her
Okay, I can't
windows
find
are
the
freezing
description.
over.
I can't find the description, Midge. You're gonna have to give it to me at some point, or
Yeah, and
actually put it on your character sheet. I can't. Find it.
It's -5.5 degrees Celsius before wind chill where I'm at.
Yeah. All right, Midge. You what specifically are you asking?
I'm specifically asking what. Okay, first, if they know who or what is affecting Rival, and then 2 for guidance on the matter.
You rolled a 15. All right, you don't hear it as much as a voice. but you do get a good sense of they don't know specifically what's affecting your friend or to what end.
Okay.
That's what it is. And like I said, Mitch, maybe during the while we're playing today, you could just write down your thing inside of your character sheet so I can actually see that at some point. Because yeah,
I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah, because we started this game almost I don't know how many months ago. So that's a backlog of Discord messages that are, you know, a couple hundred pages long, depending on where exactly it's even placed. So that'd be nice. But yeah, that's all you really get from it. Again, you are not in a place of worship, so the connection with your god is limited. Really, you're only getting that much because you rolled well and your spirit guide rolled very well on her checks as well. So
Okay.
that's what you're getting. You are getting, but you're getting the fact that no, they don't know what's going on specifically, and they don't know to what end is being done. So that's all you're getting from that.
Is there like a feeling of concern though with that?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
You feel just more. It'd be like somebody like does there's not as much concern as there is just an answer, because they're just answering the question. It doesn't necessarily register that. But that's all you get from your prayers.
Okay.
And yeah. Okay. So anything else anybody wants to do before they head to sleep and start going into watches?
Nothing on mine.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
All right. So first watch.
Oh, just real quick.
Okay.
I don't remember who grabbed what, but make sure you put the head and skin of the displacer in your inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make sure.
yeah. I've got the displacer head.
I think I already have. I'll check.
You could put it on your you can put it in your horse inventory, displacer parts bag. Like that.
Shit. Where is my horse inventory?
It's called horse. In your inventory, there's horse, draft horse.
Okay.
And if you put a new item, if you make a new item in your inventory and then call it displacer parts, and then just in the location section, put down horse, draft horse, and it'll put it automatically in there. That's how you do that. So you all settle down for the night. Like I said, you're all around the campfire, and who's on first here? Who's on first watch? I don't have it
Ustenia.
right.
Who's standing here, and then he wakes me, and I take a watch.
Okay. All right. So, Stenia, once you get your, let me know whenever you finish.
How much weight do you think it should be?
Doesn't matter because you're putting it on the horse.
Okay.
So just click
There we
off
go.
it.
Displacer
Go
head.
into your horse's inventory. It should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll work that fine.
Okay, cool. I need you to do a perception check because you're settling in for first watch.
14.
That's a lot of 12s we've rolled.
Mm-hmm.
That is. I mean, it's better than rolling a lot of 3s.
That's
This
true.
is true.
Yeah, that's my job.
Your words, not mine.
Oh no, it's totally my job.
Just check in here for something for no reason. Okay. All right. Yeah, you get through your watch, Ustenia. You're sitting, kind of just on the grass next, or you'd be sitting on your bedroll. Just, you know, kind of looking around, listening to the night air and the animals. Just kind of, like little cicadas and various other woodland creatures that are in this little thicket next to you. The crackling fire. And then it gets quiet. As if a lot of the animals stop. And just as all of your instincts click into place, you feel something hit your shoulder. And
Is this an attack?
Yes, it would be.
Okay, it actually hits me because I have.
They rolled a 19 on their attack.
I have. I'm pretty sure I've got something here.
Keen senses or something?
Is it keen? Do you have keen senses? Because that would affect this.
No, sorry, I have danger sense.
Danger sense. Okay. Yeah,
So
that would not affect this right now. So just let me get you all onto this map here. Let's see here. Do you guys divide up all your coins and stuff from last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because I just saw it empty on the thing, and I was freaked me out for a second there. Okay. Getting you guys onto this map here.
Oh no, it's a battle.
No, but I'm only meditating. I'm partially awake.
You are partially awake.
Yep,
Well,
but you're in like a
Has,
trance.
Has Rivals...
trance.
Okay. Did Rivals webcam fuck up for anyone for a second there other than me? Or is it just
I
me?
wasn't watching really,
Okay.
so
It was like polarized, like so you were like the light switched to the opposite color. It was
Oh.
weird.
Inverted.
So you had like a red background and green skin. It was weird. You're fine now.
I am many things. Fine is not one of them. Crimson, could you go out, get those Girl Scouts, and tell them to go to my subscriber Archmage's house? He'll buy some bits and pieces off them.
as long as he's in Virginia, yes.
Okay.
Specific, but Virginia's quite a big place, so even that might not help.
Yeah,
Details.
Virginia's weird because I was talking to someone. I'm like, this was when I was going to university, and they're like, "So how far is your drive?" I'm like, "Oh, 15 minutes." They're like, "Really?" Yeah, and it was like really weird because they knew I was living off campus. I'm like, "How long is yours?" "Oh, it's like an hour." Like that's a long way. It's not that long. An hour drive to go to school every day.
And they're on campus.
No, they're off campus. But
Right.
It was like an hour is normal. Anything like 15 minutes is ridiculously short.
All right. Okay.
I was like, what? The time moves differently in Virginia, apparently.
Sounds like the title of a novel. Time moves differently in Virginia.
Because for me, 15 minutes is a long fucking time to get somewhere.
Yeah, see, no, it takes me a half hour to get anywhere important here.
Yeah, you live in the middle of fucking nowhere, though. Literally nowhere.
Okay. All right.
That's not fair. He lives in Illinois.
It's true. The Midwest is... You know when people say they're looking for nowhere? That's where they're looking, is the Midwest. Where you go? Nowhere.
Okay.
Midwest.
So I need you. I'm going to share a map with you guys. Here. Let's see. Sharing. Share.
Here we go, people. Fight time.
All right, and I'm gonna need you all to roll initiative.
Nat 20. Plus 3, 23.
17.
21.
Nice.
He's back.
I
Isaac?
still can't see the map.
Well, just roll your initiative.
You
Roll
need
your
to.
initiative.
I can't
Don't
see
I
the
need
map
to
You don't
click
either.
have-
my token?
No, that's roll 20.
That's roll 20.
I don't have a map either
You
yet.
should. Sharing. Share sheet.
Oh, there we go.
As in, you don't have a. As in, a map screen is up, and you just don't have the.
No, it's just
the-
loading.
Loading. Okay, that's.
Yeah,
that's
it finally loaded for me.
okay.
Got
Oh,
it.
there you go. Yep, just happened then.
Okay. What the hell's going on?
BWBBB.
Do you remember the last time we were attacked by bandits, Midge? What we did to those poor people?
If you're talking about the one we left to die in a river tied to a rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what does W mean?
Well,
I mean, I'm guessing B means bandit.
you take Usteni. You take 3 damage. You're not raging, so that's 3 damage direct.
Mm-hmm.
And it hits you in the shoulder, but it's not a bad wound. It's grazed. It looks like they were afraid you might see them, so they just hit you early. But when you look back behind you, you can see in the forest the flickering firelight revealing them. You can see a multitude of individuals hiding behind bushes and trees, as well as a larger individual in the back who's wearing more put together clothes and a large canine right next to him, like almost on like a leash. He's like holding like some bits of like leather straps that are around the animal, like holding it back, but you can see he's just about ready to let it go. You all are in. Well, yeah, this would be a surprise round.
Oh wait, I think I have something about that. Maybe. I can't remember if I just looked at it or if it was something with this. Oh, no, that was something I was looking at. Never mind.
Okay. So, this is a surprise round, so none of you have reactions or anything to be done here. So first one up is this guy. He is going to take a bonus action to let go of the restraints for the animal. Now the animal is not free, growling like just bits of
Frothing
like,
at the mouth.
spittle dripping down. Yeah. And then he is going to do. Oh, should I? I just gotta make sure I have the. Do I have these tokens locked? Yes. Okay, tokens are locked. Okay, good. So I had to do that for every one of them. So he's gonna do 5, 10, 15, 8, 25, 30. And you hear Usteni, you hear this like large man yelling out to the other individuals in these ratty clothes carrying like crossbows and short swords. Just yell out from the darkness. Just go, hit him before they know what's happening. Go! And he rushes from his bush, and he has no range attack, so that'd be the end of his turn. Goes past you because you're surprised. And which one is this one? Get that one down there, because they don't have numbers on my screen. This one is going to steady his crossbow. This is the one that hits you, Stenya.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already reloaded, and now he's taking aim at the elf who is sitting next to you. That's just now coming out of his meditation and trance to this noise. I would normally give.
Oh, Jesus.
I would normally give him advantage on this attack, but because Rival's not technically fully asleep, I'm going to say it's just a flat roll. So he's going to target you. If I remember how to do targets, it's been a week. Where the hell is Rivallon?
I forgot to add my spells to my spell list.
Oops.
Better get that done.
Yeah, I just did it.
Okay, and he misses.
Yay!
He is super, like, this guy's just like almost shaking. He is not a veteran at this. From everything that you can see, Stenya, because you're the only one who's technically fully awake at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's shaking. You can see he's got like fear in his eyes. This might be the first time he's doing this, and he shoots wide and misses Rivallon, and that's gonna be that's the end of his turn because he does not have a lot. And this guy, he has he has like a curved short sword, and he's rushing out with his boss. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I need to go to the. I just realised I'm not on the battle screen. There we are. Now everyone can see.
There you go. And then the next one up here, he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Use his bonus action to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Racing up with his buddy. They've both got swords. This one's got a crossbow, and he's going to take a shot at R1, who's just getting out of his bedroll, groggily. And if I can find him on thing, here we go. Target you, and he's making an attack. That's a hit with a 19. He does 6 damage to you. So yeah, R1,
Bastard.
you just now you just pull the sheets off of you, and you're getting up as you hear this, and just as you do, a crossbow bolt races out and just hits you in the upper arm. Just straight
Son
up.
of a bitch!
And that's going to be the end of his turn. He's just going to load a new bolt in there. And then this canine creature, which is, you can see is a wolf. It looks to be like a tamed wolf. Is racing out of the bushes now that it's let go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Bonus action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he gets right up to you, Stenya. Just bloodshot eyes. This thing has just it's out for blood. And that's the end of its turn because he uses both actions to race forward. Go past Isaac. He's now getting up out of his groggy, sleepy state, and we're now at the top of the round. You had one surprise round, and that now you're up top. So it is now
Right.
Arwan turn. You're not fully awake. The pain shot through you, and that got rid of all the sleepiness. And you guys have all your spells and everything because it's been a couple of days since your last combat. So even though you haven't had a full rest, you're fine.
All right, I'm going to have to remember how to do the like that. Nope. Is it control? Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on that guy. The what looks like the leader.
All right, the one giving orders.
Yeah. So he succeeds, right?
Yeah, he rolled. Yeah, he rolled exactly. That's the second time that's happened.
I know.
For things
I
you've
am
done.
such a
They roll
bad bard.
exactly the required.
All right. Well, I guess insulting his mother didn't do anything. And then I'm going to move towards the guy in the bushes. Because I think that's the one that shot me.
Yes, it was. The one
'Kay.
north of you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just click and drag where I want to go, and then you
Yeah,
have to
I will
approve it, right?
confirm it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's not right. How do I do multiple?
Is it shift?
Whatever. That'll work.
All right. Okay, you bolt out of your sleeping bag and bedroll, and you're right across
Drawing.
the road already.
Drawing my swords.
All right. This is a little halfling just yelling just on the top of his lungs. All right, and if that'd be the end of your turn. So.
Yeah.
Rivallon.
Yes.
You heard. Not only have you heard yells of pain from two of your party members, you heard the whistle of an arrow, or of a bolt, go right past your head, from behind you. And as your eyes open and you are now fully awake, you see everything in front of you. You see a large wolf in front of Ustenia. R1's already raced across the road with both of his swords drawn, bleeding from his arm. And you got multiple individuals bearing down on the camp.
Okay. Okay. Unidentified creature. I'm guessing they're bandits. All right. I am going to cast.
You can just whisper to GM, Mitch. That's the thing you can.
I don't know where the option for that is. So that's my way of doing it because I know no one else speaks that language.
Right.
So
go ahead, Rival. Go ahead, Rival.
Right. So I am going to cast Hail of Thorns. No, Hunter's Mark. Sorry.
Hunter's Mark. Who are you marking?
I'm marking the leader.
The leader. Okay.
The only one with a picture.
That's all they gave me.
I'm going to move to there.
Okay, so 30 feet that way.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna adjust your token a little bit because you're right on the edge of two things. I'm gonna.
Oh.
Do you want to go up one or down one?
Like
You're
that.
right in between.
Yeah,
Right
I've
there.
just put them out. There you go.
Okay.
So.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to tell.
No. It's just it's not. I was zoomed out so I could see all the bad guys. So sorry. And then I will use my longbow. Once I have targeted him, it's control, isn't it?
Yes.
Alright,
Oh,
you
good.
targeted the.
I can't
the
use my
leader.
swords as spell focus.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you
I miss.
you're not. Yeah, you don't sleep, but it still takes you a minute to come back to full awareness after meditation, and you've just gone from it's like being asleep to bolt upright and like you got to drive. like in a minute, or like.
That's a bitch.
That's
You've
a really
obviously
bad thing.
never seen me in the morning. Ask Red Moogle, she'll tell you. I'm mega in the morning, like when she was late for work this morning, and I was straight up, I get to work.
Well, you may be. Rivallon, not so much.
I am Rivallon!
You have to learn how to use that mini heart attack to your advantage.
Exactly. That adrenaline spike, you just have to focus it, man.
Yeah, but no, you miss the arrow whizzes past the front of him as he slows down for a second, and just misses him. Like
So-
you were leading him, but you didn't anticipate it.
So with a +7, I can still miss.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
can.
true.
You only rolled a 7.
I know, but come on. Look, we all know I'm going to get the killing shot on the big bad at the end of this, okay? Because that's the way it always happens.
No, you're not.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, because I took a
got
bonus, I moved, and I attacked.
Technically, I should have made both you and Arawan take half movement because you had to get up from a prone position. But I'm going to say that was part of
that's
your waking up in the
true.
surprise round because I am merciful and I won't do it to anyone else.
You are a merciful god.
All right, now it's the big guy in the back. He's not only heard someone insult his ancestry from the individuals he's attacked.
It was a little guy.
But he also just felt the wind of an arrow whiz past his face.
Who fired that?
And he is not happy. I'm just gonna double check the range on this for a second.
He can't see me. I'm behind a bush, which is probably taller than me.
That's a good point. To be fair, you count as small.
Can you imagine that? Just some little like halfling insulting your mother and then just disappears behind a bush.
Yeah, it's the one in Fable 2. You know, the one that there's that creature that follows you around, the little halfling thing that follows you around and is like sat on ruins and stuff and just shouts insults at you. And it's
You just
really hard
see
to
him
spot.
like running as fast as he can. Can't get anywhere, but you know.
Okay, he bypasses Ustenia, who's still on the ground and just looking at this wolf creature, this wolf in front of him. It's a wolf. It's a fucking wolf.
The big W gave that away.
Yeah.
Big boy.
It's a giant weasel. Oh my god.
Or it's
he's
the first
leaving-
initial of all their names. That's Wallace, and then you've got Bert, Bob, Boris,
and Bert too. It's unfortunate.
Barnabas.
Yeah.
Barnabas.
Bernard.
But he bypasses Ustenia, and he's honing in on you, rival.
Of course he is.
Well, you rival. And he can't get to you, but you can see him grab a small sheath on his belt, and he just whips a metal object towards you at very quick speed, and you have a dagger just starts arcing towards you end over end. So he is targeting.
I need to remember Bardic Inspiration. I'm so bad at this.
I gave you.
I know. It's there. I saw it, and then it just woo out the other side of my head. One eye out the other.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's the natural 20 for
Luckily,
a 25 to hit on.
It's like,
Rivallon.
luckily it's a dagger, so unless it's magical.
Yeah, this dagger, deft hands. He's practiced this. He's practiced this on a tree for 10 hours, just like yesterday. Just
I am not a
having-
tree!
Just doing just doing that thing where somebody thinks they're cool, drawing and throwing the knife in one motion. He's been practicing that. This is the time he gets to use it. I like how Midge nodded his head. Yeah, I've done that kind of thing before. That's a hit, so now it's damage. I think it'll automatically do the double damage.
Of course it will.
Yep. So you take 9 points of
From a bloody dagger!
of piercing damage.
That sounds
Hey, you're
about
just lucky
right.
he didn't. Yeah, just be lucky.
What did it do? Get me in the neck!
Yeah,
Actually,
probably.
pretty close. The dagger arcs
Straight in
up.
the shoulder.
It just yeah. They're aiming for the arms. It just keeps going for the arms in this encounter. It's not even the
No,
arm entirely.
was
It's
the
like
thing I
right
had-
underneath. It's right underneath It's right underneath where the shoulder is. It hits you right there, like not the armpit, but like close, like right in the meat next
Peck
to the
meat.
armpit.
Peck meat.
Yeah, peck meat. It hits you right in the peck meat.
That's
And
Oh,
now,
that
and now
that's
you
gonna be
have-
some physio and recovery for about
Yeah.
6 to 12
You
weeks.
have a dagger. You have a dagger sticking out of your chest right now. It's still in there. It's still in there.
yeah.
Any
dagger
lower, that could have been a
does-
punctured lung.
Yeah.
A dagger does 1d4 plus whatever his dex is. So yeah.
Yeah, he's not a pushover. This isn't just because they're bandits doesn't mean they're pushovers. I mean, well, they're pushovers, but their boss isn't. So yeah, he did a.
I really dislike that I rolled the lowest out of everyone.
It's par for the course, Mitch.
Yeah. What isn't it based on dex?
Okay, and that's the end of his turn. He did everything he was gonna do. So now it goes to Ustenia.
Hooray!
Yeah. You got a pretty middle of the row roll with this. Everybody else rolled pretty well for their initiative.
Yeah. So, I am obviously going to rage.
All right. So Ustenia, what you want to do with the rage thing, because it doesn't look like it actually did it, is you want to drag the rage. You see where that rage like little button, little effect button is. You want to drag that onto your token or to your entry in the combat tracker. And
I think you have to do that too, Isaac.
Yeah, if you want to.
Does not appear to be working. Drag and drop does not appear to be working.
If you have to click the effects thing on your combat tracker.
It's a little head with the 4.
Little head
Yeah,
button
I've done that.
and then-
Oh, okay.
Nope. Ah, there we go. Active. On something.
Something's turned on. We don't know what.
Something is turned on. Yeah, it just says on.
Whether it's rage, Ustenia himself, we don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's not worry about that. I've now got to
I got
manually.
I got it on you.
Ah, okay. Okay. So will it automatically apply to damage? I'm wondering.
Yeah, it gives you a +2 to melee. It's listed there. It gives you a +2. Is that what you're supposed to be getting, or are you supposed to be getting?
Yes,
+3?
yes, +2. That is correct.
+2. Okay. You'll have to modify
Actually,
that.
I need to check that actually. What level that goes up?
Yeah, you'll have to modify that manually, but it's just a one. It's one. You know.
I got it on me as well.
Where's Barbarian? I'm actually going to double check. Classes, Barbarian, 46. Rage damage is, yeah, it goes up. Oh, not until 9th. Okay, yes,
No,
those two.
until 9. Okay, so yeah, you have +2. It's all there. It's all there, and it's automatically got the duration there too, so it'll go for 10 turns.
Okay, cool. Well, I've raged, and now I'm going to spank this naughty wolf with an axe
All right,
of
well, you
large
stand
axe.
up. You have to stand
Yep.
up as well.
Yep.
So you take half your movement to do that, but now you're.
Yep. Okay.
Ustenia wasn't.
No, I was on watch. I wouldn't
He
be.
was on watch.
You were sitting.
All right.
You were sitting in your bedroll. That's
All right.
You didn't protest when I described it as such. So
Okay.
hold me to it.
13.
You didn't target it, but let me.
Yeah,
check
that's the
this.
thing you have to remember.
Yeah, you can target it now. You did hit it. So once it's you
Okay,
target
there we
it.
go. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. You did hit it, so now you can do the damage, and it'll go through.
And 10 damage. Is that
Jesus.
correct?
Damage.
Yes.
Jesus.
It all went. Yeah.
With a fucking 4. Oh my god.
It's just the strength plus the rage bonus is doing most of the damage.
Holy crap! Yeah, you stand up and just like kind of whip your axe. You're one-handing this, aren't you? So
Yes.
So you're pushing the creature away slightly with your offhand, and you just bring your axe down onto it, and it's almost dead. Like you have this thing's like begging for death at this point. It's like a deer that's been hit by a car. It's like it's making that noise where except
Oh, I
it's
forgot I have
with the
Barry
wolf.
too. Oh well.
Barry's with the horses. They're off. You've got them all
okay.
kind of off, kind of on their own. Barry
Yeah.
watches the horses at night. He's watching
okay.
them.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes it all.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, you almost killed this thing in one hit. It's just it's profusely bleeding. Parts of its body aren't connected anymore all the way. It's really bad, but it's still somehow alive.
Looks like one of those dogs you see on like those adoption commercials, like the sad dogs.
Worse, 100% worse.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
the
they
look
tend
it's
to show
giving you.
maimed dogs.
Every once
Is
in
there
a while.
anything else you'd like to do?
Sponsor a dog. We'll
Yeah.
make it into kibble.
There is nothing I can do. I've used my bonus for the turn.
To rage, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's the end of your turn. Now we
Mhm.
move on to the next one here. Okay, this is the one that shot at you the first time. The one in the bush. It sees you fucking up their wolf. And because hold on, actually, because this guy's a win. Okay, he rolled a 1. All right, so he's going to 1 on his. Yeah. Yeah, he drops his crossbow and he's running. He sees you from a sitting position, just like rise up and just like give a yell, and you basically bisect a wolf in one swing. After already getting hit by a crossbow, and this guy's already like.
Oh,
So
that's
he's
amazing.
he's going. Let's see here.
So that guy has the morale of an Imperial Guardsman, basically.
He rolled a 1.
Okay, that was that one. Good.
Yeah. Okay. He goes all the way out there. He's running. He's just running at this point.
Flee, flee, flee for your lives.
They don't pay me enough. Like just kind of going, just trying to get on a flat out run. And he used both of his actions to run because he has shit morale. So yeah, now we go to the next one. Okay, this one less so. This isn't his first rodeo. So he's gonna go 5, 10, 15. Get flanking on Ustenia because even though the wolf is almost dead, it still technically provides a flanking bonus.
Till next
Somehow.
turn.
Till next turn when it bleeds out. That wasn't even a good damage roll, was it?
Nope.
No.
That was
It was a 4 on a
4.
D8.
Pretty average.
Yeah, that was a pretty fucking god damn. I'll tell you guys later
That was a
how
4 on a
how
D8.
fucked you did. You just fucked up that creature. So he's gonna take a swipe at you with his scimitar. So he's targeting you, and he has advantage. So I gotta make sure to click that. So
Mm-hmm.
he rolled 2 7s, both of those. Steady, you were already on watch. Now you're pissed. So as you bring the axe back from the creature with a wet like kind of sucking noise through from it, you inadvertently catch the guy behind you's blade, like from his swipe. Like it catches your axe. And you weren't even expecting it, but you block it. And yeah, that's the end of his turn. Next guy is this one. He sees the. Oh no! What is he gonna do?
Can you imagine how frightening that would be? You see a guy cleave a wolf almost in half, and then inadvertently block your friend's blade
With the back end of the axe while not looking. Like,
on the
Yeah.
backstroke without even
As
looking.
he's screaming in like I can only assume is like Russian, Siberian or something like that.
And,
Hurrah!
it probably almost looks like it was planned.
Yeah. That'd be great if Extend your roll charisma check. Can you play it off as you meant that to happen?
Yeah, you're totally
What
doing the
the
whole
fuck?
Hollywood thing, aren't you? It's like,
Charisma, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you actually want to do that. Yeah, you play it off for you was surprised.
Oh yeah, 15.
Yeah, you play it off. You thought you play it off as like, yeah, I totally meant to do that. You guys fucked up.
you guys chose the wrong camp.
Yeah. He's going in after Ustenia, and he's going to try and attack. He's not getting advantage because nobody's providing flanking for him. So, standard roll. Hey, 22.
Oh,
that hits.
wow.
Yeah. That was 19.
Well, Ustenia's blade was blocking another weapon, so
he's binded with the scimitar on his back right now. Trying to pull that away.
Now, as what needs to happen in the next stroke is he actually like hooks the scimitar onto his axe, and he uses that to beat. He flips that over, flips it out the other guy's hand, and flips that into the wolf to kill it.
Oh, it's like those monkeys in a barrel thing where they all like
Yeah.
hook together. And...
Yeah. He just starts collecting everyone's weapons in like a long chain. And...
Oh shit! Yeah, no, he rolled a 6 on his d6 plus 1, so he got a 7, which automatically is partially resisted. So Ustenia only took 4 of that.
it looks like he took 3.
Oh, no, he took 3. Yeah, 3 because it goes down.
Rounds down.
Yeah,
Mm.
that automatically did that. It's working. It's
It's
working.
working. The system works.
Progress.
Progress. Yeah, that's the end of his fucking turn. He did something, but he's saying he doesn't give a shit. Okay, this one that you're going towards R1 he discards his crossbow, and he just like draws his blade and goes for you.
I was hoping he was gonna also run as well. Just like
Just have you
There's
halfling
one-
up here in
I
front of him.
pre-rolled their dispositions, and I
Oh,
got
okay.
really unlucky with one of them. The other ones, this isn't their first rodeo. One of them though, yeah, he may have just been a farmer last week. A couple of guys talked into doing this.
Ah, damn peer
it's,
pressure.
It's super easy. You just gotta you just hit him at night, and they don't do shit. They don't do shit. It'll be fine.
They cleaved the wolf in half!
That's like the two juxtapositions, isn't it? Like it's like the two cutscenes. Like the first one is like, it'll be fine, and then the second one, just like instantly, like one guy screaming his
can you
head off.
imagine like a little animated web series, like from the point of view of D&D bandits.
It'll be easy, they said.
Like you have that start to finish sort of thing. Like
Oh no, these peasants were so easy. These regular travelers. But these guys who look no different, they somehow were starting to throw out shit and people go to sleep and the magic missiles and shit.
And then this one guy, he was getting up, right, and he cut this wolf in half, yeah, and then he pulls his axe over his head, blocks
This
the
one
guy
guy
behind
the
him.
halfling into a tree. Oh, what the fuck's going on?
How was I
Blocks this guy
supposed to
behind
know Dragonborn breathe fire?
You are one. He takes like starts like just like a sideward like swipe towards you, and you can't bring up your blades in time to block it.
Okay.
And he does. Oh wow, I'm rolling really fucking good on damage tonight, guys. I just rolled a 7.
Yeah,
on
you
D6.
are.
Yes, you are. We hate you.
Max damage.
Screw you.
I don't give a shit. That wolf was supposed to be cool. But
It is.
not anymore.
It's in
It
a
is
cool two
cool.
pieces.
I know. He's really cold from the blood loss.
So cold.
all he can do is he's
The
getting
wolf's on the ground, just going like
memories
"Do
of
it."
when he was a pup
Do
and his
it.
mum used to.
All
I was
right,
just
that's
picking
the end
up
of that
on
guy's turn.
noise.
So wolf, wolf is summoning the last bits of its strength.
Trying to stand up.
Just the wobbling legs of a. Oh,
Stand up
oh, this is.
and try and bite you.
Well, he does have advantage, so.
Yeah, he would actually just get he would just get normal advantage anyways. He would get advantage no matter what side anybody was on because he has pack tactics, and technically
Oh.
they're a part of his pack. But either way, he now has advantage, so he's going to use this to I don't know. He's going to do something. You rolled a 22.
Wow.
I wasn't
Pretty good.
targeting. Yeah, I wasn't targeting, unfortunately, because I forgot, because I'm a scrub. Targeting Ustenia. He hits you, Ustenia, because he gets
Yep.
22, and you're not that good.
Yet.
You're
Yet.
not good at that yet. So he's going to do normal. He's going to do the damage, and then you'll have to make a save
Mm-hmm.
on this. So damage against you. 6 damage, so that goes down to a 3. Okay, you get advantage on saves, don't you? Dexterity or strength saves,
Yes.
because you're raging. So yeah, you saved against that. It tried to use the last bits of its strength, like it bit you like on like where your knee, and it tried bringing you down, but it just didn't have the strength to do it. It hurt a little bit. It got through a bit of your armor, but it couldn't bring you down. And now, yeah, it doesn't have a lot else it can do. It can't move anywhere because then you'll just kill it.
Just gonna spank the living crap out of it.
Yeah, Isaac, it's your turn.
Okay.
Isaac, you've seen all of this happen. You
Okay.
You woke up facing Ustenia, and you've seen all of this go down.
Okay, I'm gonna sprout my wings, and I'm gonna fly up into the air by 30 feet, if I can do that from the ground. Or can I only go 15 feet?
Yeah, you'd only go 15 feet in the air because it says half movement, and that's movement to get up.
Okay.
And
So I sprout my
you
wings.
use that movement for your wings to prop you up, and then get a good gust going.
Okay, so I'm now in the air, which should give me advantage on range attacks, right?
I'd say yeah, that's enough of a height difference to give you an advantage. Yeah.
Okay,
Like 5 or 10 feet, it's marginal, but 15's enough that you would be above them enough to do that.
Okay, I am gonna target. Do I clear my not target Rivallon. I'm gonna target the big boss bad because I just seen this go whip out a knife
Yeah,
and
really,
hit.
really awesome. Like, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
It was cool. Yeah, it was cool, except for hurting your
Okay.
friend.
So I'm gonna.
You
So
could
I
probably
hit
get, like, 2 gold
advantage
at
on,
a fair or something.
and I'm gonna
Demonstration.
cast it on this guy.
What did he cast him? Ooh, Chaos Bolt.
Gospel, that's a hit.
23, and then I need to roll the 2d8 plus 1d6. He takes. Hold on, let me pick what type of damage that is out of my 2d8s, which is a 2 and an 8, which means that can be either cold or thunder. Let's
Thunder.
Yeah, the thunder.
go with I'm gonna go with cold damage, I think.
All right, so the chaos bolt strikes out from your focus
Yeah.
and hits him right in the
I just
center
like
of
the
his
idea this
chest.
bolt just comes out of my hand as I just and then it just looks to see where it's from, but there's just like this a flying man in the sky, and with with that I'm gonna shout at all of them.
Fucking mages.
Just imagine the poor bloke that's running away. He looks over his shoulder, just is flying. Motherfucker.
I've got.
He's hearing this. He's just hearing you standing going, "Rah!
Well,
Rah!"
I'm
and then just like
gonna-
explosions. And
I'm gonna shout with my free action to do so. I'm gonna shout at them that I'm gonna shout that like how they are they've just made themselves enemies of Palor. With like let me just roll a charisma to see how that turns out. It's a
17.
It's not bad. It's not bad. You wiped the sleep out of your eyes enough. So if you rolled low enough, it would have just been like, you guys have made yourselves enemy.
Enemies of hell.
Mid stretch, like stretch halfway through.
But no, there's a big booming voice. It carries well, but you notice the bunch around Ustenia are mostly just paying attention to the hulked out barbarian that they're trying to deal with. And the one that you hit with the chaos bolt, he's staring daggers at you.
Staring daggers, throwing daggers. I like what he did there.
You may have noticed one of his hands going to another sheath on his belt.
Okay, that's fine.
And is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go to the top.
Won't he have disadvantage on me because I'm flying?
Theoretically, but if he gets closer to you, it won't be a problem.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, if it, I would say that gives you get advantage on attacks if you're 15 feet above if people are further than like 3 squares away from you. But if they're closer than that, I don't think it works out enough because then it's essentially a straight shot. There's no.
Well, yeah.
You don't have to lead it.
15 feet up at the moment. Yeah, I'm only 15 feet up.
Yeah.
Next turn, once I'm 45 feet, it might be a little bit difficult.
Then it'd be hard to shoot straight up or throw anything straight up. It would
without it coming back down on them.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with doing that. But 15 feet, there's a limit to that. R1, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna try this. I don't know if I have to target the person to give it to him.
What do you?
Bardic Inspiration? Do I need to target?
Inspiration. Yes. If
Okay.
it's a thing that does something, you have to target. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give it to Rivallon. So do I just roll the?
There's an effect there that you can like trigger. Right.
Do I just drag that on him?
Are you using the thing I gave you?
Yeah.
On there? That's only for the ammo tracking.
Okay.
There's
Then
nothing else.
Find abilities. Is that where it is? I don't know. Is this a
Bardic
status?
Inspiration?
It's in the features. I don't know if I have a status effect. Anyways, you have a D6, okay? Rivallon.
Yeah, remember, just write down you have a D6 you can add to attack rolls, right?
Right.
And attack rolls
yeah.
and ability checks.
Saving throws, yeah. Ability check,
Yeah.
saving throws.
Yeah.
And then I guess I don't have to target Rivallon anymore. I'm gonna slash at the guy in front of me with my short sword, because that's my main hand.
All right.
Targeted. That's the attack button.
You hit.
17. Oh, sweet. And 6 damage.
Okay, yeah, he's hurt.
And that's me, because Bardic Inspiration's a bonus action.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, you just like cut up his chest, so like he's just bleeding from a gash, like it's along his like chest, and all he's wearing is actually what the fuck are these guys wearing? It's not much. They're wearing like really light leathers, like it's not even like it's technically not armor. It'd be something like
a
this one
leather jerkin.
Kind of. This one specifically is wearing like what you'd assume like a blacksmith wears. What like it's a thick leather apron essentially that he's wearing. So you just cut through that, and
Gotcha.
blood seeping down through. That's the end of your turn. So hey, Rivallon.
I would like to move to there, please.
All right. You have 35 feet of movement.
I believe.
Fucking elves.
Oh,
Yes.
Right, elves. Yeah. No, I keep doing that.
I believe so. Yes.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. No, that's me. That's me not remembering. All right, you do so. That's a hit.
Thank. Right.
All right. Yeah. So you get a strong bead on him. He's lit by the fire, and you unleash an arrow straight at him. Roll damage. Ooh, nice.
And he's the one you hunters marked, right?
Yep.
So another D6 on that. Hunter's mark.
Ooh.
2. Okay. Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurting. The arrow hits him not his upper thigh, like the bit right above that upper thigh,
Oh, like near the hip.
yeah, near the hip.
Ow!
It sinks right in through there, and you hear him like as he kind of hunches over a little bit.
Oh, that's painful. So that's 13
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, it's 13 damage. That's why I did. That's why
Ow.
that was the description.
That's also quite impressive, the amount of damage he's taken already.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking
Is that
love
the end of your
Rangers.
turn?
This is the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm just gonna check this.
I haven't figured out which one I like more, Rangers or monks.
You didn't get a chance to use your monk that long.
No, I didn't, but it was still fun to go around just punching werewolves to death.
That is true. That was just a fun adventure. The were creatures.
Yeah.
The were creature adventures. That was good. Okay.
And
He's gonna go.
I don't even, he wasn't even like a true monk because he could use swords.
It's true. The person you hit,
Mhm.
Isaac, the leader. He just starts like almost nonchalant, like not quick. He's going at a slow pace, but he's just walking he's walking towards you, and you can see him grab out 2 daggers from sheaths on his belt and wrist, and he's twirling them, and he just lets them go. Both of them, 2 attacks at you.
2 attacks. What?
Yep. Did I not mention that he has multiple attacks?
Well, he hasn't used 2 attacks so far.
He didn't. Yeah, he was letting his letting his underlings deal with it, but now there's problems.
Now he made a mistake.
Now there's mistakes that they need to be worked on. All right, yeah. So he's doing 2 attacks with daggers. So first attack, it's an 8. It's a miss. It's a natural 20.
Oh, fuck that! That's the second crit you roll with that guy.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. That's a 25 to hit. I'm assuming that hit. Not that it matters.
Surprising, that does beat my my 14 AC.
Yeah.
Can you wear armor?
Yeah, I can. I'm wearing medium armor right now.
He is going to roll damage. Ooh, 10.
I mean, that's not as
3
bad as
and a
it
4.
could have been.
Well, no, that's only 1 point less than it could have been.
Right, it's not as bad as it could have been.
Ow.
2d4. Well, it was 1d4 plus 3 plus an extra d4 because of the crit. So yeah, you rolled a 3, 4, and then a plus 3 on that. So 10 damage against
It
Isaac.
could have
which
been worse.
is pretty bad. That's almost 50%
That
of
is
Isaac's.
true. That's true.
It's 2 points off. 2 points off. The max damage you could have done would have only been 1 point off of almost half killing Isaac.
Yeah, because apparently it automatically just rolled the minimum instead of just like instead of like giving me normal HP on my level up.
It gave you the average. It gave you the average of what you're supposed to get every level. If we want to go back to the point of re-rolling these, then if we want to roll hit dice, we'll do that starting next level. We'll have to make sure that you write down your HP before you apply your level, and then we'll roll it.
Yeah.
That's how you do that. So okay, he did 2 attacks. That's his. Yeah, that's the end of his action. You see him smiling a little bit as he looks at you, Isaac. Now, obviously in pain and bleeding.
Been gut wounded by a fucking knife.
Yeah, yeah, essentially. All right, Ustenia, it's your turn. You're effectively surrounded.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to have mattered much. There's a basically dead wolf and then 2 men around you.
Sadly, I can only attack one of them.
No whirlwind.
Yeah.
Well, you can use your bonus action, right?
I can't use that for an attack.
Oh.
Well, I might as well finish off the wall.
All right.
Put it out of its misery.
Yep.
Yeah, it's dead. There's no possible way you can. You can
Is it
roll
one
a
hit
0
point?
and your bonus will kill it.
Yeah.
It has 1 HP left.
It's so close. One
Roll
shot.
the damage so that it actually is dead on the combat tracker, but it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's gone.
Instant death.
Now, just like with your bonus action, kick the corpse.
Oh wait! I did
Kick
12
the
damage
corpse.
there. I did 12 damage there.
Oh, for
Instant
crying that loud!
With
Double
12 damage,
dead.
you would have killed it the first time.
Oh.
At full health. It only has 11 HP. Yeah, essentially, you just. No, you with the fucking 12 damage, you just you take another overhead back and you bisect this thing again. Like you complete the bisection.
Yay! And then I'm going to
Two
scream in the
distinct
face.
Parts of wolf now.
I'm going to scream in the face of the other two now. I was covered in wolf blood.
Yeah, you're definitely covered in wolf blood. This thing,
Just be like,
not just from the
ah!
splatter, but from your axe coming back and splashing you with blood.
Should do an intimidation with that. He's just turned around like. "Ugh!"
You have a bonus action. I'll let you do an intimidation check if you want to.
Yeah. 12.
Well, give me a second. These guys do have good demeanor, so. Yeah, that's a yeah. They're fine. They're scream better. They're a little perturbed, but for a split second. But then they just like start screaming back at you, just and just back at you with their swords. And that's the end of your turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, this one's still running. So with his he's off.
Can you add
turn.
Bardic Inspiration to your health, your healing spells?
No, because that would be no, because that's an actual roll for like the because you can't add
land
Bardic
them, yes.
Inspiration. Yeah, to land them, but you can't do it to affect the healing because you can't like add Bardic Inspiration to the damage roll of an attack.
Unless you're a certain type of bard.
Which
Yeah,
I'm
unless
not.
you're a certain
Okay.
bard. Okay, this one essentially just leaves the combat area. Because he's running full tilt away from you guys.
We're gonna go into the next town, and he's gonna be behind like a shop counter, and then he's just gonna like dive out a window.
Just sweat starts pouring down. Do I know you from somewhere?
Hands over
No.
crossbow. You drop this.
No.
Or just puts it down on the table. It's like the crossbow was engraved with the guy's name.
Yeah.
I think this is yours,
Alright,
Samson.
this one is still on you, Ustenia. It's lost its advantage, so it's going to shift 5 feet
Mm-hmm.
to get a flanking, and then it's gonna attack you, because it doesn't have anything else it can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a critical hit.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
I want
Okay.
to point out that was a dropped 18 and that was a dropped 18. I rolled a 20 and an 8.
Stop rolling so good.
fourth crit you've rolled today?
I can't fudge the rolls. It's digital. This is what's happening.
He went in and tweaked the code. He's been learning coding just so that so he
Yeah.
can actually, so he
Tweaked
can
the code
actually
and I
win an
somehow
encounter.
hacked into their system to update your games as well. So that the code
Hey,
is-
I
You're
had an
the
update
host.
available, so you know.
All right, this is let's see here. How much damage did he roll? Okay. Oh wow. That's a 1/1 plus 1. So
And the universe
so I think
has
you only
balanced
took
itself.
1 HP of damage from that.
Yep.
That's 2 1s on D6s.
You basically just gave him a paper cut.
Yeah. No,
Does it
it was,
hurt?
Paper cuts hurt more.
It was an amazing. It was an amazing strike. He got underneath your defense, like it's so quick you didn't even see it coming, but then he doesn't follow up with a good hit. It just he misses the actual impact and comes back, and the the tip of the blade just nicks the underside of your arm.
Oh,
Ow. And Jesus, what? Yeah, that's the end of his. Yeah, that's all he can do. That's a fucking waste of a d20.
there we go.
Of a critical hit. Okay, the other one on the opposite side of you is gonna get an advantage roll as well. And oh my god.
Are you sure there hasn't been some sort of modifier that's been
It's
like,
not,
activated.
It's not,
these
'cause I
characters?
that wasn't a high. That was the advantage is what saved me there because I dropped a 1. So I rolled a
Advantage
1
plus
and a
5.
Oh.
He's
That's
secretly
another...
advantage.
It's not like it
plus
matters, Midge. I haven't been able to do anything close to any type of actual
Like the
damage.
least damage you're dealing is to the character with the most HP.
Yeah. Yeah. Ustenia's been hit multiple times. He's been hit by multiple critical hits. He's only had 10 actual damage inflicted on him.
Which is the same as I have in one hit.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see the damage.
Oh, finally.
4.
Okay, 8. So you took 4 damage from that. Goddamn barbarians.
Tankbarian
At
strikes
least
again.
he's not on his fucking horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be funny if you somehow got one of those like creatures that's like it's a totem until you speak the magic word for it and it becomes a creature. I think there's a horse. I think there's like a stone horse or
Horse,
like
bear,
onyx dog.
tiger, griffin.
There's also the dog. There's the onyx dog.
Yeah.
That's with it. It's a good thing you don't have the horse because you just speak the command word during this ambush and just like got on a horse. start fucking with them that way.
Oh my god.
All right, and that's the end of his turn. He thinks he got a good hit in, but then yeah, you didn't give a shit. So this guy's going to. Oh, he's pretty damaged. Hold on, I'm rolling. Let's see here. Okay, that was a 1. So yeah. See, I can't roll for shit in physical, in reality. But yeah, he's running, so he's gonna incur attack of opportunity from Arwan because he's dropping his scimitar and running. So give me an attack roll.
Who, me?
No, me.
Oh.
No, not
my
you. Not
main
you.
hand is
Both those
short
guys
sword.
are good. Oh fuck, that's a critical hit.
Yep. Damage. Well.
Oh, that was almost 2 1s there on the digital
Yep.
die.
Yep.
Ooh.
All right, yeah, he drops his scimitar well, actually, it's not a scimitar. It's like a really shitty short sword. But he drops it and begins to turn and run, and you take the opportunity to just slice him down his back, and you basically you take out his spinal cord, and just like he drops down it's no longer a person. It's just a sack of meat. He's on the ground.
Wait, no, he's dying. He's bleeding out.
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
It doesn't track for these things.
Don't fuck with halflings, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's dead. Actually, you did 8 damage. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah. And the wolf's dead. So yeah, it's Isaac.
Okay, so I'm going to fly another 30 feet into the air, so I'm now 45 feet up.
Okay. Yeah. Now disadvantage for everybody hitting you. Advantage for you hitting everybody because it's a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah. And I am going to.
Sorry, that's my phone. Someone just sent me a text.
You have
That's
the
your text.
Yeah.
Nerd.
props to you, nerd. I am going to.
We haven't won yet. Sorry.
So I'm gonna I am gonna pull out my Shadow Blade. So I'm gonna cast the spell Shadow Blade.
Alright.
Doesn't it have to be dark for that?
No, that's for the bonus damage.
Oh,
But it is also dark. We're being attacked at night.
There's a campfire.
campfire.
Yeah, it's in dim light or darkness.
Oh, dim light, then.
And
yeah, you're
I'm
far
firing
enough
from 45 feet in the air.
Yeah, you're far enough away that it's dim light. Yeah.
So
Oh,
the thing
okay.
is, with this weapon, it can also be. So you conjure this the Shadow Blade, but you can use it as a thrown range weapon as well. So
Okay.
with the range of a javelin. So I am now going to throw this projectile at the guy who threw a dagger at me. So almost like I'm
Two
going to throw a
daggers.
blade. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, only one of them hit. Only one of them hit.
Yeah, well, he threw two though. He threw
Okay. So how do I bring this up in the I
two.
can't.
Your target. Them.
Yeah, but well, I've only got damage is the thing, so I need to manually do a ranged attack plus. So it gets thrown properties plus my spellcasting.
Yeah, it'd be your thrown. It'd be a thrown. It'd be a thrown weapon with a modifier on top of that. So.
So yeah, so it's what a d20 plus my dex.
Yeah.
My dex is +1. And that's a d20, so I'll throw that.
7. That does not hit.
Well, that misses, and I'm going to use my bonus action to make the weapon reappear in my hand.
Right. Yeah. So it implants in the ground next to him, and then it just back up into your hand.
I need to double check if
Okay.
that's my dex or if it uses my spellcasting modifier.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have hit anyway, unless you had a +10. You actually, I don't even think you would have hit that either. Okay. So is that the end of your turn then?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. R1. There's a dead body in front of you.
Yeah, I'm going to move. Gonna move up towards the leader.
Sleeping roll.
Yeah, back to my bed.
All right, you do so.
And then I'm going to shoot at the leader with my bow.
I thought
Alright.
you was about to say climb back in.
Nope.
Well,
Never mind.
this is done.
7. Nope.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna hit. It goes wide. It goes wide. The
And
adrenaline is
then
just pumping through your veins right now. And
I will
You're not steady enough.
give bardic inspiration to Isaac.
All right, Isaac, you have a D6 bardic inspiration,
Okay.
and that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Rivallon.
I shoot again at the leader.
At the leader. Okay, go ahead and roll your attack roll. That is a hit.
I fucking
Yeah,
love
that'll do.
Rangers.
That'll do, Bo. That'll do.
Well,
Okay, no, it is my dex modifier, but I needed to put my proficiency bonus on it, which I didn't do.
And now I have to do a 6.
Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, another D6 on that. It's 5.
There's
Nice.
the thing. That's the. What is that? Hunter's Mark. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9's not bad, actually.
Oh, he's gone to heavy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hurt him a lot.
I will then move to there.
Okay. And that's the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Alright. It's now his turn. Seeing things going not his way with Isaac, and that he's just going to keep going up, he did see that arrow come in from behind him, and he looks back over his shoulder and sees you there, Arwan, and lunges for you. So he's going to target you, and he's going to unleash a multi-attack.
Oof.
So let's see here. Okay. All right. First one with his
I forgot to
sword.
roll that with advantage as well.
Oh, well, it's already.
Yeah.
Sorry, you
I
got
gotta
to remember
the
that.
next time. I forget
Yeah.
that you have to plug it all in.
You rolled a 1 and missed. It's an automatic miss on you, R1, so you just duck out from underneath his swipe.
Nothing happens with a
Second.
critical failure.
No, it's just an automatic miss. That's the way it works in 5th edition.
Oh,
Most of the
okay.
time, unless it's flavor wise.
Unless it's
get
to
it.
I
one
was
of
just
us.
wondering. Yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah, no. That's a hit with
Yep.
the second attack from the scimitar. So I'm gonna roll the damage on that one. Okay, you take 6 damage from that, and then he gets a third attack, which is going to be his. He's gonna swipe out with his offhand with a dagger that he has in a wrist sheath into just like kind of he's trying as he took you down. He now like grabs your shoulder and tries to shiv you in the kidney.
He has to lean way over to try and do that.
Yeah, 20 to hit.
Apparently he can't.
Yeah. That's 7 damage on
Mhm.
R1.
I would be down by now.
R1's not far. Not far off.
No, I'm not.
Ow.
And that'd be the end of his turn. Ustenia,
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by 2 individuals.
Smack him. Smack him good.
How do I remove the target from that one?
Control click.
Okay, I've done it.
Control click
It's
it.
alright.
Yeah, there's also you can
Alright,
press the little
smash!
button.
There we go. 22.
That hits.
13 damage. Damage exceeds hit points by 2.
Yeah, straight into his chest, and like you just cut his heart in half, like in his chest, and you take it out, and it's just like you see the light in his eyes just like go out as you take it, and it just goes down.
I thought I was supposed to be the tank, not the DPS.
You're both.
You're a fucking barbarian. You're both.
You're both.
You're a low-level barbarian. Everything else has to scale up to where a barbarian starts. That's how D&D works.
It's true. Is that
Brilliant.
the end of your turn, Ustenia?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, this guy, he just saw his friend die in front of him. That's a 3. So he's going to
Run for the hills if he's
Haven't-
smart.
Does he have enough intelligence? I just gotta make a check. Does he have enough intelligence to make a disengage action before he leaves? Or is he going to sacrifice that to get as far away from this man as possible? That's 2.
Attack of opportunity. Attack of
Attack of
opportunity.
opportunity. Ustenia, target the man underneath you, to the south of you. The only one living.
The only one living.
Attack roll. Oh,
Miss.
you missed.
Oh,
With a
you
10.
You missed. So
Wow.
he's gonna get 60 feet away. So 5,
Bye.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, he's running. There's a slight hill that way. I'm gonna take him off of the map. Map. Yeah, he's just dropped everything, starts running as far as he can away from you. You try catching him, but you don't. You swipe just a little bit too far off to the side and miss him. And I'm gonna take him off of the thing here. Okay, he's dead. He's
Isaac.
dead. That's dead. Isaac. The
Making
last
sure I'm-
living bandit is is fighting Arwan and fucking him up.
That didn't apply any of the statuses that I'd set up. Well, so that's but anyway, that's a 18. Does an 18 hit?
Let me check.
Because if not, I've got advantage and I need to roll it again.
That hits. Roll it or
Okay.
roll it again. You might get a critical hit. That's why you always roll your advantage.
Okay, now it's rolled 3. What the fuck?
Okay, we'll take the 3 that you rolled because you rolled a 3 of 14 for that.
Yeah.
You dropped a 4, so we'll take the 15 as what you actually rolled.
Yeah. So
Plus
does
3.
So
okay.
you hit.
Where is my character sheet gone? It's there. Okay, so he takes 2d8 psychic damage, 8 damage,
He does so.
and then I'm going to use my bonus action to bring the weapon back to me. So it's stuck in him, in his back, because he's now facing away from me, and then he just feels the blade disappear from his back straight after. Oh, hang on. I need to just double check the damage as well in terms of... Oh no, it's just I already have double advantage. That's fine.
Yeah.
I need to know if it
Isaac's
made extra
turn.
damage with the dim light.
Isaac's turn is over.
Yep.
Arwan.
Right. I will attack him with my man hand, which is my short sword.
All right.
Oh, I meant to click that once. Oh, okay, I did, I guess. 22 hits.
Yep. 7 damage.
7, and then I will
Offhand.
offhand with his, so a scimitar, and I
It's a
miss.
miss. Yeah. No, you hit him with the first one, and you catch him across the upper thigh and cut really deep into it. But then
Yep.
the second one, he just like kind of parries the second scimitar, and
Yep.
that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
So now we go to Rivallon.
Don't
The only
miss.
one still standing is the bandit leader who's fighting Arwan.
Okie dokie. Well, I think I will attack the bandit leader then.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, I'm just going to take a nap.
We should try to take him alive.
Oh, God.
Miss.
Don't think
Remember.
that's gonna
Wait. You have Bardic Inspiration, so you can roll a
yes.
D6
Oh, yeah.
and add
D6.
that to that. So just roll a D6 and
Yeah, it didn't help.
choose. That gives you a 15.
15.
Hold on a second. That hits.
Oh, thank God.
Barely. Okay, 9 damage.
Hang
you
on.
do
Hunter's
have
mark.
your Hunter's mark. Okay, he's dead. With 1 point to spare on that hit. There. He had 61 out of 65, so you had to roll. You would have had to roll 5.
Why
or
does
6.
Rival always get the last fucking shot?
It goes
I
right
don't
in his
fucking know.
left ear, and kind of, pops out of his right ear, and he drops.
Yeah. So what you hear, Arwan, is like under like deep gravelly voice of this large like muscle bound like man just looking down at you, just going, "I'm gonna gut you." Just goes through.
And I go,
He
Arwan,
goes down.
did he get the point?
Yeah, I think... Which way does he fall?
Just he falls backwards onto his back.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know. If he fell on me, it might kill me.
Before we go any further into the post-battle thing, we are about 20 minutes over our break time.
Oh, we are, aren't we?
Yeah. Why don't we do? Well, I wanted to finish the combat out, not
Yeah.
mid-combat. So why don't we go ahead and take our break now?
Okay, so if you're watching any of the streams, we'll be right back. Give us a little bit to refresh and reinvigorate ourselves for the journey ahead.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, Chuckles. I'm fine for coffee, Chuck. I always get the last hit.
They need to rename the kill shot. Or something cool.
While everyone's kind of healing up, I'm going to take out my bar and knife, so I'm just carving into my bird. Or kill shot, or kill shot. Yeah, it's really good trademark.
Oh, indeed. Yes, babe. How's it to you?
Was good.
I expected Rivallon to catch the arrow as he was meditating.
That'd be nice.
Oh, you found me.
There, got the mute signal.
Oh no, I hear you.
Muted. I'm definitely muted. Boop.
I've got this feeling in my body. Can't stop this feeling in my body. Can't stop this feeling in my body.
Funky.
Thank you. Boom, 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 boom.
All right. Not hearing what you're saying, Crimson.
You've muted yourself, have you?
Have you muted yourself on the Discord, mate? Because you can mute that separately.
No, now he's muted on Discord.
Now he's muted in Discord.
Thing.
Hello? No, we can't hear you, buddy.
Hey, just check the back of the check the connection between the cord and the actual mic. It sometimes wiggles free, so you just might have to plug it back in,
Wiggle it back.
Nope.
or double check to make sure it's using the correct microphone inside your Discord settings. Maybe it
Switched.
defaulted back to your webcam, or maybe it did something.
One person will know what I mean when I do this. I got this feeling in my body.
Hello?
Can't stop. Hello.
There you go.
Okay.
Can't stop this feeling in my body.
Yeah, I was literally taking a break and my TV started singing. Because Red's watching the stream. It's just like, what the hell?
It just hit negative 15 degrees Celsius here.
Ooh, wow. That's cold.
What is it?
A little
here?
bit.
Red, what's
Hope
the
you've got some
temperature here?
thermals.
Cold.
No, we need to know the temperature. We're having a competition. We lose.
I got
obviously.
-1. We got -1.
We got -2.
Oh.
I'm beating Midge. That's okay. I'm happy now.
Roach is gonna win this by a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in fucking summer compared to Roach. Like,
I must admit,
I wish I had single-digit negatives. That'd be great.
I used to work at.
Though to be fair, my space heater was working so well, I actually took off one of my layers, my button-down shirt underneath my house coat. So that's helpful. a
oh
little
my
bit.
god.
I used to work at one of those big freezer warehouses, and it was like
Yeah.
the middle of winter, and it's like -18 in there. So you got all the big padded coats and the gloves and everything. You're moving around, frozen stuff. It was like end of the shift, like 5:30 in the morning. It's still dark outside, and I'm taking off layers as I'm walking to the car.
Yeah, when I was in the army, we were out in the field, and so we were sleeping in sleeping bags on the ground. And I got woken up from my guard shift. My sleeping bag and my boots were both frozen to the ground because it was 0 degrees outside, but because of pressure and stuff, the dew temp, like the temperature for dew to form,
Yeah.
was high enough so me sweating in my sleeping bag, because I had like, it's designed for really cold, and I had like a lot of clothes on because it was fucking cold, was enough to get moisture on the outside of my sleeping bag, so I froze to the ground. And my boots were still wet from sweat from during the
That's
day. I was like, God damn it.
I got pulled over because I was on my way home from working from a gas company that was just loading up trucks with gas
Yeah.
canisters. I got pulled over by the police because you're lugging around big metal containers of like oxygen and nitrogen and things like that, loading them onto trucks. And because you're doing all that heavy lifting, we loaded like 3 trucks in one night. And then
Yeah.
walk back to the car. You get back to the car, you just take off all your heavy clothes and everything. You're just wearing shorts and t-shirt. I had the window open. It's -4. I'm driving this little Metro back home, and the steam's coming out of the car. The police pulled me over. I thought I was smoking something. And of course, they pull me over, and I get out in shorts and t-shirt and just stand there.
They're like, oh no, he's not smoking anything. He's just Australian.
It was like, are you okay? I just finished work. Worked out at the gas place.
Sorry, just putting some markers in.
They had me I'm slowly putting clothes back on because my body's cooling down. I stood there waiting while they called up to find out if I was actually working that night.
Were you ready to continue?
I don't know. Is Ustenio back?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, he's here. He was here before all of you.
Yes.
Sorry.
Well,
So,
he doesn't
I'm
have to put on
gonna-
layers to go out and smoke.
Well, so in character, I am going to land, dismiss my wings, dismiss my magical weapon, and begin going to all the bandit corpses, saying a prayer, then searching them.
Oh, I was going to go and strip them all. So there's no possibility of missing anything on them when I search them.
Okay.
So I will follow behind Isaac and just double check.
All right, I won't make you roll anything. Let's see here. Fucking hell.
So just as we're like rummaging through their stuff, I'm just like saying stuff like, Paylor, or like, although they be enemies of Paylor, will Paylor take them into his guiding hand and see them through to the after?
And then Arwen comes behind him, starts taking all their clothes off, shaking everything out.
Two of them have like the looks of horror on their faces from Ustenya's wrath.
Well, we got meat for tonight anyway with the wolf.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second. I'm not a cannibal. I don't like long pig. But wolf, yeah, I guess.
Wolfie, no.
Apologies to
sorry,
any
half
vegetarians in the.
It's really
Let's see here. You guys.
And we're going to pick up their weapons so we can sell them as well.
Okay, from the weapons you get, let's see here. How many were there? 2 of them left. Okay, so you find 3 scimitars or scimitar equivalents. They're local made, like cheap sword. They're not good quality, except for one of them, which was the bandit leader's sword, which is an actual scimitar. And you find
Wait, so 3 low quality?
two low quality, 1
Two,
good
okay.
quality. All grand total are 3 scimitars in terms of the game, like classification of damage and stuff. You find 3 crossbows, light crossbows. They're all
because
pretty
they
shit.
got dropped.
Yeah, they're all pretty shit. Well, one of them did keep it with him. It was on his back while he ran. He dropped the scimitar.
How many? You said 3 or 2?
3.
Okay.
You have 3 light crossbows that are poor quality. You find around the area and in one of your friends, you find 4 daggers. That are
2 of
okay
our
quality.
friends.
Well, one of them stuck into it, stayed in. That was
Yeah,
his
so
Rivallon.
me as well.
Oh yeah, it stayed in you too. Yeah, so yeah, 2. Yeah, so that would be 4. That'd be 5 because he had a couple on him. So yeah, it still had 3 on him.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
the Dagger Man.
I
Who's
got
his
the
name?
main thing, and I'm gonna fucking do it.
Oh, the sheath.
Was he like
Is it a
named Dag?
mechanical sheath? Is it like one of those
no,
ones?
No, it's not. It's not Assassin's Creed. It's
Okay.
a leather sheath. He's got 2 leather sheaths that are wrist sheaths that could carry 2 daggers apiece, but only one of them was full. He'd used 2 of them already with his hand. So
Yeah, but okay, so they're not
Okay.
mechanical, but so they're made to flick things into your hand, like.
Right?
No, they're meant to grab out of your other hand.
Oh,
and throw.
okay.
They hold it so
okay.
that they hold it so you don't have to like open your coat up and grab one or go.
Okay.
It's on your wrist. So,
So
if you
it's
wanted
just
to, he could grab from both wrists at the same time, and he has
double
2
draw,
daggers. Yeah.
So
But
it's
he
just-
didn't do that. He just did it from So
Oh, it'd be cool if they were like flick out, like.
Yeah, well, like I was
Derringers.
thinking, yeah.
he doesn't have that much money.
But he'd totally have that if he could.
So size-wise, could I fit them on my little halfling arms?
Oh yeah, they're adjustable. The daggers, like you're you're a small human. You just have bigger feet than a normal human does if you scale them up. So
Yeah.
The dagger would go
So-
like
so I'm a hobbit.
Yeah, you're a hobbit essentially.
Okay.
That's what a halfling is. It's a hobbit. Essentially.
Hobbit's a type of halfling, technically.
Ow.
Whatever.
If we're going in
like,
Lord of the Rings
like a
lore.
normal dagger is not that big, so it would go like midway up your arm, but for a halfling, it goes pretty deep. Like it's most of the way to your elbow, but it's still
It's not
It can
gonna
still be-
hinder me at all.
no, it's not going to hinder you. But you could wear one. You could wear one of these wrist sheaths and it'd be fine. And there's, like I said, there's 5
Okay.
daggers, so you could fill both of them up with daggers.
I'm
to
gonna
fill
wear
one
2 of them.
You're just gonna take this guy's style, basically.
Well, but I have flowy sleeves, so I'm gonna wear them under my sleeves.
They're cool.
Hidden weapons, nice.
Nice. Okay, so you find. Let me just check here.
If no one has anything
No, take them.
against me taking those, okay. I'm also gonna take 3 of the daggers because I only have 1. Inventory.
I propose the 2 bandits that ran away, I propose we get on our horses and ride them down. Not
You
to
can do
death.
that.
No,
You can do
alright.
that. I'm gonna take a nap.
Not to like death, but I think we should like capture them. I've got manacles.
So you on all the bodies, grand total, you find 26 copper pieces and 3 silver pieces. I'm gonna point out you actually got lucky with that because I rolled up how much copper pieces they had. I had 5 d6 to roll, and I rolled 4 sixes. I don't know what it is today. I'm maxing out my die. But yeah, so that's how many you find. However you want to divide that, or if you want to put that into the group party sheet, you can to keep that going.
Oh, can we add stuff to the party sheet?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah,
let
we've
me
still
know if you
got that
can't.
scroll of flames in there.
Yeah, because we
Oh,
didn't decide.
no,
what to do.
I can't add anything to the
Alright, then
party
I'll
sheet.
put that in the party sheet. You have 26.
I don't think. Well, let me
pieces
just look it up real quick.
and 3
Yeah,
Um,
it's going in.
I
I'm
put
looking
it-
at it.
Yeah, he's doing that.
Yeah. Me looking at it. Now.
So that's there in your just general like party inventory. If whoever wants that, however you want to divide that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what you find.
How
on
many
bodies.
bolts did we find for the
Oh,
crossbows?
bolts. Let's see here. They are not a well-equipped band. Okay, you find about 15 bolts between all of them. They only had a couple per person,
Okay.
like as if they just pooled all their resources together
Right.
to buy a bundle of bolts for 5 people.
Okay. I suggest we separate the rest of these items in the morning, and I'm gonna go take a nap. Also, I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh,
Good night.
1 second. Yeah, we won, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I fucking knew that was going.
Oh dear.
And
Sorry.
I'm gonna lay
So
back down and go to sleep.
So what are you guys doing? Are you taking a rest? Did you just have somebody bring you a thing of ketchup with a bottle of ketchup with a plate?
I've got food on the plate.
Oh, okay.
What's on the plate?
The ketchup.
We-
Why not just
we
put
never-
the ketchup on the plate.
I
We
don't
never
know.
know with you, Midge. We never know. Eating bread components and
To be fair, I so would.
No, I'm actually just more angry that they brought the whole bottle of ketchup to you.
What is that?
Some on the plate and just bring.
oh, it's a
Wait, you put-
sandwich. I thought it was
what
a piece
you'd
of
Call a
pizza.
grilled cheese.
Oh,
Okay, I thought it was a piece of pizza.
Yeah, I thought that was a pizza. I was about ready to fucking be angry.
It's a toasty.
You know that red dragon? Yeah, it was about to
Yeah.
appear.
You just fucking put ketchup on a fucking pizza?
I do that though.
Oh, you
You
piece of...
bastard.
So,
Only
are
on
you
like
guys-
not on like good takeout pizza or like nice pizza, on like really cheap crap pizza.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Still better with barbecue sauce.
Don't like barbecue
Yeah.
sauce.
A little barbecue sauce on some cheap pizzas makes it pretty good.
All right.
So you guys taking a rest? What are you doing after this combat?
A fucking cheese.
I'm gonna take
well-
a rest.
Were we going to chase down these bandits?
The 2 that ran away with our horses. Arrest them because we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys do that. I'm just gonna.
I'm
sleep.
pretty beaten up though too.
Let them
Two
go.
of you are actually, yeah, a couple of you are pretty heavily beaten.
Yeah, let's just let them run, I guess.
All right, then I'm gonna make sure everybody gets a long rest on this. It should
Oh,
reset
wait.
all of you.
Let me see if we can do it now that we've taken damage and stuff.
Ah, good
Oh,
idea. Yes.
nope.
Actually, no, you can't. I looked that up. It's a GM thing that I
Oh,
I
okay.
got as a
Oh.
GM. So I'm gonna give you guys a long rest.
Okay, cool. I'm guessing the rest of the night goes uneventfully then for the other watches.
Yes. Everybody gets their rest, and when the watches come up, it goes pretty smoothly. Though everybody's a bit more on.
Or it reset my spell slots for me. That's real cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a-
rest.
Why is my
That's a long
intelligence
rest.
34 now?
What?
What?
My intelligence is 34. It was 14. It's now 34.
Did you accidentally click on it and then type?
No.
I don't know, but okay, you're back up to 14. Is that
I
what
mean,
you
I was
guys are-
practically a damn genius for crying out loud, but
You were beyond being a genius.
Yeah.
That was you were like Stan Lee to the Marvel universe. You're like some sort of god oracle.
Technically level 20 or technically 20 stats in the 20th is near like god level, like
Yeah.
or near that. So yeah, or demigod level is where you're looking at.
oh, no,
Yeah, so-
I'd
yeah.
reach
So
actual god
34.
level.
A 34 would be what, plus 16 to all intelligence checks?
I'm just gonna test that for a second. Make sure everybody else's stats are good before we move around. Is
Yeah, it
everybody's
looks
stats
good to looks good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ustania, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna do another long rest. I'm gonna see if that's just something that happened or if it. Yeah, I think you must have just pressed something.
I didn't
No,
press anything.
I think I know what happened because your speed's 35. You may have accidentally click pulled something because you can pull numbers from one field to another, and you. May
I
have
didn't do
accidentally-
anything.
But why would it go down to 34 from 35?
That's a good point. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It happened, but it isn't
I
happening anymore.
didn't do it.
All right. So.
And don't keep saying I did, otherwise I'm coming over there. I don't care if I do get hypothermia from just breathing the air.
Well, if you make it to Virginia, you got a place to stay.
I love living in a place where the air hurts my face.
So we just want to sell the remaining stuff, right?
Yeah.
Isaac, do you want any silver?
I won't take any of the money.
Okay.
All right.
So we have a dilemma. 36 doesn't divide equally among us.
And we hold on to it until we've got enough to divide equally.
Okay, well then everyone gets 1 silver.
Cool.
But Isaac, because he doesn't want it.
Well, everyone who wants it.
Okay, so everybody gets 1 silver, and that means that's 0 for party funds. All right. So yes, the rest of the night ends without anything eventful happening. It goes quietly, and you end up you wake in the morning, all of you, or you see the morning come, and you're
Cook the wolf meat for breakfast.
Yeah, there's a wolf. There's wolf meat there. If you wanted to, you could have spent some time butchering them during watch, because I know Rivallon would have had the expertise to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he butchers it, I'll cook it.
Fine, I'll butcher it.
All right.
Though technically that does mean that because Rivallon was raised by wolves.
Yep.
Oh, that's dark. That's really quite dark.
Oh no! Whenever one of our own died from exposure or anything, it was me.
Oh, okay.
Mum taught us that.
Wow.
She tasted real nice.
Really marvelous.
Okay.
So.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah. Some family troubles with Rivallon. So
Wolf daddy issues.
you have at this point, if somebody wants to mark it down on one of their horses' inventories, you have. Let's see here. Wasn't
We have 3 scimitars, 3 crossbows, 2 daggers, and 15 bolts.
Yeah. You also have 25 pounds of edible wolf meat.
Oh, okay. Clothes that the bandits were wearing. Any of it?
Shit.
Okay.
It was nothing was really good, and
25
like the only
pounds
one that
of
was good
wolf
was the
meat.
bandit captain, like the leader of the bandit group.
Yeah.
But you cut him up pretty bad, and none of those garments are like they're soaked in blood. They
Yeah.
got cuts and punctures in them. It's not
Well,
really...
we could technically use mending on any of the clothes.
It doesn't get rid of blood.
Oh,
Yeah, you need-
and then wash it.
then resell it. What's the end goal here?
Yes. Yes, resell it.
I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do. But I mean, it's pretty,
Is it-
It's pretty...
Like, looking at it, like, would it be worth anything worth selling?
Everything the normal people, everything that like the normal bandits were wearing was like poor quality, like rough spun clothes.
Right.
The leader was wearing like common quality clothes. Like it was better than what everybody else was wearing by comparison.
Okay. While everyone's eating, I'm going to think about this.
I've got the 25 pounds of wolf meat.
All right. Make sure that's in your. Make
course.
sure that's in your inventory. Yeah.
While we're having breakfast, I'm going to be carving into one of the, trying to do one of those patterns again on one of the claws.
And
Okay.
I
What
Are
are
will
you
the-
just doing a pattern, nothing any specifics?
Yeah, nothing specific on
Give me a
one
dex
of the
check.
broken ones again.
and I will be carving my bow's new name into it.
17.
Okay. so
5
it's like a
silver
very-
pieces.
It's fairly good. It's a fairly good pattern you have here. It's nothing specific, but it's better than the last one you did, I think, because I think the last one you were like 15 or 14,
Yeah.
something like that. But this one's better. You're getting better. It's about on. You've seen some shops sell something about this quality before, but it was in terms of like the actual work. Like it doesn't. They usually had patterns or images on them instead of it
Yeah.
just being kind of like a
Like
a
decorative
random-
scrolls.
Yeah, decorative scrolling. But other than that, it's very good. So you're getting the hang of it.
Okay.
Then I will spend the time mending the clothes.
Okay, is mending a cantrip?
Yes, it is.
Okay, what's the casting time on that?
A minute.
A minute.
And it
Okay, I'm gonna,
does up to a foot.
up to a foot. I'm gonna say, are you doing it for all the clothes or just the captain's?
Just
clothes?
just the captain's clothes.
Okay, I'm gonna say you spend about a half hour going through because you have to focus on specific
Yeah.
damages. You can't just like I want this general area fixed. You have to
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this cut, this nick, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And you take about a half hour to go through this and mend the clothes, the various things. So you get off of him. Let's see here. You get off of him, bandit captain. A set of common, like clothing, just common clothing.
Okay.
So that, and you're able to fix up his armor with the time you spent. So you now have a set of studded leather.
Okay.
It's all bloodstained still. None of this is clean. It's obviously been It's obviously been bled upon by something.
Yeah.
So there are. It's odd though because the areas that got damaged and cut and things like that, those don't have any blood in it. So it's like it's like you see the blood around the wound marks, but then it's perfect in the center. Like, I'm so...
Okay.
How many arrows can I find? I fired 3.
Arrows?
Yes.
You fired 3. Give me a investigation check.
Investigation check.
Because you didn't do this immediately after the fight. You waited till the morning to do this. You find 2.
Awesome.
One of them went somewhere in a field, and you can't find it.
How do we move things onto our mounts again?
You create a new slot and then you put it down your mount's
Oh,
name.
yeah, I have to. Oh, right, yeah.
The location, the second thing you put in. But yeah, you have a set of studded leather now, and a set of common clothes. That's
We should probably proceed to Gorgon then.
Agreed.
okay. Nobody else has anything else they want to do in the morning with the stuff that is left over.
We'll need to find a butcher's when we get to Gorgon. Got 25
What?
pound of wolf meat.
Oh, to sell or something?
Yeah.
We also have-
You were able to get enough for you to eat this. That's why it's not 30 pounds. You basically took 5 pounds of like usable cut and like did some home butchering to get some usable meat out of it.
We have
the rest is just actual like cuts of meat with not butchered,
Right.
like not. Yeah.
We also have a large fucking what was it?
Display
Basically,
Laser.
Fey jaguar skin, tentacles, and head that need tending to.
But those are going to be used for good things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
to make Ustenia the embodiment of death, right?
Mm.
Isn't he getting the skull as a helmet or something like that?
The head, yeah, sort of like the
Like the Romans.
Achillophar
Yeah.
for the Roman legions
Yeah.
with the lion head.
I'm hoping to make displacer whips
Yeah.
out of the tentacles.
And the skin's just to sell, right? That's
Unless whoever took
Make-
the skin wants to do something with it.
Well, Utari's got it. He should make a matching cape to go with his fucking headdress.
Right, you're gonna return to your village in a year, and you're just gonna be wearing a displacer beast skin, like a head, and a.
They will
freaking,
make
like,
me great Khan.
Yeah.
Cloak.
Or you make either make a cloak or make like a nice throw for on top of the horse with it.
Ooh.
But
Oh, so like
underneath
like
the
a horse
saddle.
blanket.
Under the saddle, yeah, the horse
Yeah,
blanket.
I could do that.
That'd be
Well,
nice.
you've got quite a lot.
All you need is another displacer beast, and you can make a helmet. You can make a displacer beast headpiece for your horse too.
You're
But
not
no,
having that
I could use
displacer
the
skin.
skin as like
No,
I
I'm not.
could use the skin as like a cloth sort of.
I'm getting a coat made out of that.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
There might be enough for both.
To be fair, it might.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It
was a big
depends on
creature.
how-
It
depends on
had
how good
6
of a butcher
fucking
you have.
legs. Like,
Yeah.
It did. So,
All right.
yeah, you guys spend the rest of the day traveling towards Gorgon. Now, it takes you. Well, actually, you don't spend the rest of the day. You spend the next 5 hours going to Gorgon. It's still the morning. I
Mhm.
just gotta make sure I'm keeping track of the time on my calendar here. Because you guys went through the day. Okay. Yeah, it's the 2nd of Eldine. So
Oh, I think.
you guys should be pinned in the Discord if you guys actually.
Yeah, I was just looking at my. You said the second?
Yeah, the 2nd of Eldine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When is your birthday?
The 22nd.
The 20th. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did you just like miss your birthday, or just like, wait, what day? Oh, fuck. Not
That's kind
again.
of what I was thinking. I was like, oh, god damn it.
No, but like when I say it takes you 5 hours to get there, you see the city beforehand.
oh yeah.
This is a hold of the dwarven freeholds. This is a city on a massive scale. It sits along the coast of the Bay of Gold, with a small range of tall hills backing it to the east. And unlike all the rest of the cities most of you have been in, this city is a dwarven hold, but on flat ground. The building ideals are the same, though. It is layer upon layer of buildings and streets, and there are there's verticality to this city that you have not seen anywhere else. Humans don't build like this. Elves don't build like this. It's obviously dwarves built this, but they didn't build it in a mountain. This is external now. It's a coastal hold and the embodiment of that ideal. With the city growing taller, the closer you get to a large bastion on its northern side that you can see. Almost all the buildings in this city have the telltale signs of dwarven design that you can see from even the outskirts. Sharp corners, hard edges, almost everywhere. Runic symbols carved in the structures, almost everywhere. As soon as you set eyes on the hold itself, from far away, you see a large tower at its center, independent of the bastion that is the top of the city proper. You would know this, actually. Let's see here. Ustenia and Rivallon would not know about this, but Arwan and Isaac would. This is a skydock. And this is Gorgon's skydock. Tall and thick tower allows even the newest skyships to dock. And both of you would know this because you're from very built up kind of in comparison metropolitan areas compared to Ustenia and Rivallon's areas. Skyships are like a magical ship that sails through the sky. But because of the magical imbuement, it can't change its altitude once it's been imbued. And the more power that's been imbued into its central enchantment, the higher it goes, like the higher it sits at. So the newer ships are higher off the ground. So it's a prestige. It's more of it's a point of prestige to have a very tall sky tower in a city, because that means you get the newest ships and the more powerful ones to go in there. And you can see, because this is the first thing you see. This thing stands, let's see here. The Sky Tower stands at, I have it written down here because I spent a long time writing up this thing. 300 feet tall.
Holy shit.
This thing is humongous. And it's got 7 large arms that kind of spring out of it at different heights, with the lowest being about 75-80 feet off the ground, and the tallest being the newest edition, obviously, at the 300-foot mark. And you can see a couple of skyships are docked in there right now. 2 of them are really high up there, and they look to be like, which you'd almost describe as yachts. Like they're not there to transport bulk goods. They're there for pleasure or for the prestige of it.
Party
one
boats.
Of them, though, yeah, one of them midway up though is this monstrosity. It's just a big, like, box, long timbers reinforcing it. It does not have to be aerodynamic like a ship does in the water. It's just like it's squares and boxes. It's a bulk carrier of goods. This thing transports things from across kingdoms or from over the restless sea from the colony, and that's what this thing's meant for. And it's about midway up. It's probably about 150 foot up. So it's not the newest, but it's definitely not an older one. But you see that almost an hour before you see the top of the sky dock before you see the rest of the city. About an hour beforehand. And as you get closer and closer, and you're starting to get into the outskirts of the city, you see signs in the this seems to like the boroughs or like the kind of like the slumish areas of the city that you're external. And you see like every sign is dwarvish and common. Dwarvish is big and bigger, but common smaller and underneath it. Kind of like how English and Spanish are in the U.S., like in the border states. Like it's kind of what you're seeing right now. They acknowledge that common's there, but you know, Dwarvish is obviously the official language. Yeah, and you keep getting closer and closer into the city until you're actually in the city proper, but you're not at the center of it. It's still a little ways to go. And just so you guys have a little bit of a comparison here, let's see. Where is this? Towns. Here we go. And
So
I'm
what-
giving you the map of Gorgon
Yeah.
from the top-down view.
So what all do we want to do when we get into Gorgon? Obviously, sell the weapons we've collected.
Yep.
I need to find. We need to find either the library or wherever scholarly people will be. See if we can
Oh,
get
right.
that letter translated from that we found.
Right, and I want to find out more about the displacer.
Yep.
I want to get to a butcher so I can sell this meat, and then I need
You-
a tailor.
Yeah, well,
Or tanner.
you'll need
You
a
need
tanner as well.
because you need the hide needs to still be rendered. If you're going to use the
Right,
talking
yeah.
about using the hide.
Okay.
The hide needs to be rendered into leather first, or at least into usable material. Because
Yeah,
right now
preserved.
it's just meat, or it's just skin. Like it's
Yeah.
like chicken skin at this point.
So a tanner, maybe a baths or something. Clean ourselves up a little bit.
That'd be nice.
You've been on the road for a couple of days. It hasn't been the hardest you've ever been on the road. Like it's easy going because of the coast road's well kept, but it's like you got a lot of trail dust on your legs.
We've been
You
in a
got some
couple of
blood from
fights.
last night.
Alright, so find a baths first,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then
But
probably
then,
find somewhere
you
to sleep.
You guys enter the city on this road.
It's not loading.
Nope. Still not there yet, mate.
Hold on, I'll do it again. Sometimes it takes one or two shares for it to go in. Is it up there? It's just loading as an image?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
loading.
Okay. But yeah, you enter in the northeastern or the northwestern side of the city, and it hugs the gold the Bay of Gold, pretty much
shit.
along its entire length.
Holy
you go.
shit.
Hasn't loaded for me yet.
No, it's still
Nope.
coming.
It's big. It's a big.
That
map.
is
Oh
fucking massive.
Oh my god. It's beautiful though.
Yeah, well,
It is.
That's a map.
Isaac would know this because you were in nobility, so you would know some facts about this. I don't know necessarily if R1 would care back when he was in his college
Yeah.
days. The population of Gorgon hovers around 39,000 to 40,000, which is one of the larger cities in the world. It's rivaled by some of the capital cities of the central kingdoms and steppe kingdoms and stuff like that, or the successor states. But this is a melting pot of culture. This is the primary bay in the southern coast of the Freeholds. This handles
Yeah.
all the trade from Rapkus and all the trade from the Teutons and the Grey Waste.
And all the colony entrance stuff.
Most of it, though, a lot of it does. Some of it's known by a lot of people that there's a rivalry between this city and Norndarim because they're the two coastal holds, and
Okay.
Norndarim takes a lot. They both compete for a lot of stuff. So that's the city you're in right now. And when I said it got and the northern bastion, that's the top of the city. That's that big castle and that bastion
Right.
on the north side.
Yeah.
That's the highest point in the city, and at that point you're looking at maybe 4 layers from ground level of just streets and like different levels and stuff like that working at that point. They can't represent it on the map, obviously.
Yeah.
The 2D map, but
And also, I also want to try and find the Temple of Palor because
Palor,
apparently there's
yeah.
one here.
Yeah.
yes. So what do you guys want to do first?
I think we all wanted to go get a bath, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to find a bath before we went anywhere important.
Okay. So are you just like walking around looking for him in the neighborhoods, or are you gonna ask around, or?
I'll ask around.
Ask around. Okay, you. It wouldn't necessarily be that hard to find. Yeah, you ask, and the individual you ask is like a dwarvish woman who's going about her day. She's got like a bag of like looks to be some produce or something she got at a market. Are you? Well, there's. You could always just go to the bay. And she points towards the like the actual coastline. But are you? If you're looking to spend money, how much are you willing to spend? There's a nice one in the Narrows.
Which way's to the Narrows?
Oh, go with that. And she points you towards the interior of the. She points you towards a place where it starts building up upon the lower levels.
Okay.
Just keep going that way until you start rising above the city, and the smugness starts hitting you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
And it's called the and she's like trying to figure it. She's obviously never been there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I think it's the Lavender Mist.
I'm just gonna go to the bay and wash. I've got soap in my inventory.
Oh, well, not all of us thought that far ahead.
Yep,
And
that's
I
what
have
bought.
clothes I want to get washed.
I bought that
So
in Sleet Hall.
I'm going to
Yeah, you
see
did.
what the price is and then decide from there.
I'm guessing I will meet the rest of the party at, say, the library.
None of you know where or if there is a library in the town.
Or the
Well, no,
central
we know
town.
there's...
Let's
Oh,
go.
no.
Let's go to the
We'll-
temple.
we'll-
We'll meet you
Yeah,
at the
we'll
temple.
we'll meet you at the
Meet
temple.
me at the temple. Okay,
'Cause
that's a good idea.
You're going to go
Because
to the
everyone knows
temple,
where that is.
and we will find that quite easily. Where's the Temple of Palor? Boom. Done.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
So is everybody but Isaac going to the Lavender Mist, or
Yeah.
is anybody going with Isaac?
No, I'll meet them at the temple towards the end of the day. I'll say so they can take so we'll just do all the things we need to do as a party.
Okay. All right. Istenia, are you going with the rest of the party?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully, because he has most of the stuff we're trying to sell.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right. First things first, Isaac, you split off.
I
From the party.
I will make sure I take anything that we want to sell from Isaac. I don't know if he has anything.
I don't think I have any.
Okay.
You have those 2 magic items that you never sold at
Yes,
Fallheart.
I was gonna go try and sell them myself anyway. I think.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
I'm not
Isn't
gonna
it
be-
just a scroll of control flames?
No. I've got like the poison vials, haven't I, and stuff.
He's got the
Oh.
black vial that does
Right.
the necromancy health potion. And he also has the green dragon.
Right. Yeah.
Acid.
Those things.
That-
Yeah. Then I will hand him if he says he's going to go try and sell magic stuff. I'll make sure he has the scroll of control flames.
Okay. All right. So Isaac, you split off from the party, and go down a couple of side streets.
Yep.
Unlike unlike a lot of cities, it seems like almost inverse of every other place you've been. This like slum area, the streets are actually wide, like wider than what you can see closer into the city. Probably because of space reasons, or they're building up on each other so much in the interior. So it's very wide out here. You got a lot of room, and you find your way down to a small, like, it looks to be like a fishing dock. It's obviously not the main docks of the hold, but it's where some local fishermen like tie up at the end of the night and that kind of stuff. And you see people in there, like people are going in. They got like a bar of soap, and they're just like washing themselves in the water. So it doesn't look like it's like a faux pas or anything like that. Like, people are just going in all the time. So you go in and you give yourself a wash down with your soap. Do you try and like wash your clothes, or are you just doing like a?
I'll wash like I won't wash like my underclothes, but I'll give like my Palor tabard a bit of a clean,
Okay.
considering I know I'm going to the temple. I've got soap and I've got some perfume, I think, in my inventory. So
All right. So you do so. You take some time. It takes you about an hour to go through everything. Give yourself a nice wash, and then also rub down and get some of the stains out of your tabard and your overclothes. You can tell the Bay of Gold. You actually haven't like. You realize you never actually been in the Bay of Golds. You came to the freeholds along the coast, but you never got into the Bay of Gold. This is a lot saltier than you remember seawater being. Almost as if this is like a very it's like a very saline concentrate like sea, like almost like
Okay.
a
Black Sea.
Red Sea, like a Black Sea, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It's everything is kind of just washing in here, so it's a lot. It's a lot of you can see buildup of salt deposits on these very thin planks and poles that are on these docks. So people are still washing though, and some people are just floating in there, enjoying themselves. You know, kids, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you spend that hour doing that, and you're now cleaner. Like it's not the best. You've had better when you went to the actual baths in Fall Harbor.
Doesn't
But
bother me too much though.
It's not the worst. And you give it like a couple of dabs of perfume onto the tabard, so it doesn't smell that bad. It's obvious there have been blood stains on here. That's still like there are edges where there's blood and things that you've decreased their noticeability, but
They're
it's
still
obvious you've
there.
been wearing this for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard
Well,
to get
yeah,
those out. Yeah,
it's fair.
but yeah, you finish that. So what do you want to do after that? We'll handle you because you're a single person first, and then we'll go through the rest. So what are you doing after the launch?
So I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go first try and get like a guard to describe me like the layout of the city and where I'm most likely to find things. And then I'm gonna go find somewhere to try and sell off the magical items.
Okay. You do find a guard who seems to be just guarding the little dock that you washed up at. He seems to be just keeping an eye on it. Maybe for just making sure no crime happens while people are leaving their possessions on the shoreline, that kind of stuff. But you walk up to him. He seems amenable. He's not like angry or anything like that. He's wearing like a yellow and blue uniform, kind of tabard and clothes. Maybe you're not sure. Maybe it's the
Sigil of
colors of the city.
Yeah.
There's no actual symbol of the city on it. It's just kind of the clothes, maybe like a chief.
Also, I realized none of us stabled our horses. But is it kind of common for having horses through the town?
It seems
They-
so. You've seen
and there's,
horses
like-
on like carrying carts and stuff like that.
And is there like hitching posts outside shops and stuff?
A couple of them you've seen. Places where expected you're going to be in there for a while.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. And there was you were able to tie off your horse on the docks, like just on the edge, and it's fine.
Yeah. So I can take
you-
my horse around with me and then tie it off near where I'm going and sort of thing. So
Yeah, you could. You do see. Well, actually, yeah, you'd have seen a couple of places like some livery stables here and there sprinkled around the edge of town. So it's not like it's unheard of to stable your horse there.
okay.
But yeah, you do find a guard. So are you just asking for the layout? You're trying to get like what the districts are of the city.
Yeah. Kind of just yeah. And I'm gonna ask in Dwarvish. I'm not gonna ask in Common.
Oh, he smiles at that. He smiles at that. Somebody knows the local language. Well, you've got a couple of different districts you got to pay attention to. Not sure what your business is inside the city or the hold, but first things first. You're currently in the broad streets. It's everything outside the inner city wall. It's the new additions to the city. It's the lowest points in the town that you're out here. You'll find a lot of small businesses, people living out here, things catering to overland trade, that kind of stuff. You head in a little bit southeasterly. You're hitting the Goldwaters district. That's where you're getting into you're hitting the Goldwaters close to the edge of the coast, and that's where you're going to get all the docks, all the storehouses, warehouses, trade outfits, all that kind of stuff around there.
Okay.
Then a little bit further away from the coast, you're getting into the silt sands, and that's where the markets and crafts people all kind of set up shop. It's localized around the sky dock. I mean, you obviously saw the sky dock.
Yeah.
Probably he looks at your empty eyes. Probably, sir. And there you got two markets. You got the Null Rack and you got the Salt Exchange. Null Rack's pretty high class. Looks at your tabards. You might find some things there. And the Salt Exchange is where basic stuff comes in from the overland and bulk trade. Then you've also got the Narrows up there, and he points towards the taller portions of the city. That's where all the rich folk live. You got some nice businesses up there. Some nice taverns. If you're looking for the magical items, you look like an adventurer. You could find the Sombra's Emporium up there. That's one of the only ones for I don't know how many miles, but it's a long way until you find somebody who trades in that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And other than that, I think that's about it. I mean, if you need any help finding something, I could direct you towards it.
Only one final place. I've heard, well, two final places. I've heard one that there's a Temple of Palor in the hold, and
Yeah.
and
there is.
if there's a grand library or somewhere I might be able to find people of scholarly people or learned people.
Well, sir. Well, for the Temple of Palor, that is in the Narrows. You'll find it's towards the top. It's got a nice big interior. I think they garden a lot out there. It's pretty hard to miss. You get a lot of birds up there, so you just follow the sounds of the birds. And that's pretty popular. For a library, not a lot of people. Not a lot of open things for that. There's the Hold Library. That's got a lot of. That's where a lot of things are kind of collated together, but it's not necessarily open to the public, not as much.
I need to find someone to help me translate something, is why I ask.
Well, you could probably go to the Temple of Palor. They have their own little. They have some of their own record rooms that they keep things in, and I know scholarly types come in and they kind of pore over those tomes a bit before going into the Hold Library if they have permission. So you could find something there, and if not, they might have a lead on somebody who has been through recently that might be able to help you, depending, obviously.
Thank you very much. And I'm gonna tip the guard for his helpfulness, and I'm gonna pop 2 silver in his hand.
Oh, thank you, sir. Kind of puts that in his personal pocket.
And I'm gonna head to that magic shop that he described in the high class district.
Like Lester. Okay, up in the Narrows. All right. While you're doing that, because it's gonna take you a little bit to get that, we back to big party, rest of the party. You all were already going to the Narrows because that's where the Lavender's Mist was. And it takes you a little bit to get there. Essentially, you have to get off of the main road that goes into the trade part of town. It's basically like an exit ramp up that goes up into the actual taller portions of the city, and you're guided. It's a bit hard to keep track. You're not used to this kind of architecture and like this verticality. But you're guided there. It takes you about maybe 20-30 minutes because you're all on your horses and you get through. You do find it. It's a large building. It doesn't take up a lot of floor space, but it's tall. So it's maybe about 3 stories tall. And it's got like a nice. It looks like it's stone, but it's been washed with like a purple dye. So it looks lavender. And as soon as you get close to it, it smells of lavender. Like it's obvious that these people have been putting a lot of effort into making it pleasant. But you do get up there, and it's got like a nice open front door, like two-door opening, and there's like a big waiting area in the front of it. You see some individuals that are standing behind a small countertop that's got prices and packages like listed behind them of like this and this and this costs this. But
Is
there's
there
a hitching
anywhere-
post for the horses
Okay.
in front? Yeah, it's expected you'd be here for a while if you come
Yeah.
in. So there's a hitching post for the horses. And yeah, you can see a half elven woman kind of smile as you come in as a group.
I'm gonna give her my best charming smile.
Okay. All right.
What are the prices on the board, or are
There's,
they in Dwarven?
They're both.
Okay.
They're both. Everything's labeled in both here.
Okay.
Common and Dwarven. Dwarven's the bigger one. You have to get closer to read the common.
Yeah.
So there's a basic, mid-level, and deluxe package that they offer. The basic one lists bath and launder for 10 gold pieces.
Mhm.
There's a mid-level one which is bath, launder, and care for 15 gold pieces. That's just care is listed there, and then they have a deluxe package which is private bath, launder, and care for 25 gold pieces. It's a 10 gold piece bump up for that one.
Okay.
That's expensive.
You asked for the expensive one. This is
I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I'm gonna walk up and to the elven lady and ask for the deluxe package, and then have 25 gold pieces ready in my hand.
Thank you, sir. And she puts that away into a little box underneath the counter. If you will join my associate here, and there's a halfling man that's standing off to the side of one of the doors. My associate here will take you to your private bath, and will inside that you will have a small robe for you, and just put your clothes on the stool, and it will be washed for you.
Thank you.
You were led away.
And we never saw you again.
That's the last we saw, Arwa.
Meh.
The front for Long Pig. So what are the other two?
Oh my
two
god.
villains?
The lavender is to mask the smell of the burning.
Yeah.
It's not steam coming out of that chimney.
It's ash.
Mrs. Mooney had a pie shop.
I don't know if I could be bothered to pay 25.
Well, there's a 10 gold piece one, which just is launder your clothes and a bath, is what you get for it.
Yeah. And the 15?
That one gives you the same thing, but it says care is a part of that.
Care.
I like the idea that it's probably just some like half elf there that has to bring you mai tais or what.
All right, I'll take the 15.
All right. You, Estenia?
Yeah.
Okay. So you both
Just-
get the 15. She directs you towards another like opposite way that R1 took, and a dwarvish woman guides you down a small set of hallways to what looks to be an area. It's got like 4 baths in different rooms, but they're like it's semi-communal. So they're 4 separate baths that you all go into, and so you're led into one set. That's one of the more empty ones. There's a couple of individuals there that are kind of lounging about. They're large. They're large enough that you don't really have to be next to anybody. Like it's you can kind of spread out a bit. And when you have a little changing room, they give you a robe that you have, and you can they take your clothes and you go into the bath. Though the woman that guided you in there asks what you would like to drink and eat.
Care.
From a list, and I give you a list. It's mostly like it's not a meal. It's finger foods. It's something that you can do while you're there, and like a couple of options of wine that they have available.
My dear,
So
do you have
Essentially-
fermented milk?
Yes, it's fermented milk.
No.
I love the
No.
first thing.
They have no
Fine
fermented milk,
bread.
mate. I'm sorry.
Ugh, these people don't know proper culture.
No, I understand. I understand. Do you have any beer?
I suppose I could go
Peasants.
with this.
We
Peasants.
we don't really beer.
Vodka? I'm
Any
working down a
hard
list
spirits.
here right now.
We have
He said
fine
just
red.
wine.
Just a wine list.
They have
Wine?
Wine.
What is this wine?
It's
I give it
fermented
go.
grape.
Give us your bottle of your strongest wine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything? Food? Anything else? It's like this finger foods. It's like a little bit like cucumber sandwich kind of shit. Like it's not nothing. It's nothing substantial. It's just something to eat.
You two are so out of your league.
Totally
I'm
not.
gonna.
Can you bring us a live animal that we can kill? We'll cook it
And then cook
ourselves.
in the bath. And then cook in the bath.
Yeah.
I'll bring the wine. And she just leaves.
Yeah.
She just leaves at that point.
This is the equivalent. This is the high fantasy equivalent of two people going on a spa day and eating the face cucumbers.
Get me food. What more do you want?
So,
Don't wanna waste it.
You are R1. You are led into what is almost similar, except you are led into a personal bath. There is no one else there. It is a small one-person bath, and you are left alone to your devices. And after about 5 minutes, after
Oh
about
God, he's
5
left alone.
Yeah, it's left alone. After about 5 minutes
Of
you,
constant splashing.
5 minutes alone, aide, like somebody who works there, and that not the person who led you back there, looks to be like a half, not half. It would be Dragonborn woman comes in, has a list of wines and a list of small finger foods for you to have if you would like, while you wait for your clothes to be laundered and for you to finish your bath.
I'm gonna look at the wine list and then go middle, like just middle, just something from
There's no
make a
price listed
no,
here.
I know, just make a show of it, I'll have this one, and just choose something from the middle,
Oh, interesting.
and same with just something from the food, something that looks kind of like it could be good.
You don't recognize any of the names. You never heard of any of these. The wines even less so. The wines you're not even sure actual names for half these things.
And I'm also gonna ask her name.
Of course you are.
Hey, I have a
to
thing
get
for
his
Dragonborns,
stuff.
okay? I have a thing for Dragonborns.
You have a thing for anything with
anything
legs that can talk.
Yes.
No. Well, oh, you haven't heard that story.
Takes your order, and she takes your order. My name is Banna. I will be bringing you your food and drink today while you are in our care.
What was the name?
So here and
Banner.
Banner.
Banna.
as in Bruce Banner. It's
No,
She-Hulk.
it's B-A-N-A.
Okay.
B-A-N-A-N-A.
But after she tells you her name, she backs out and closes the door behind her. And yeah, both of you, both groups spend about the same amount of time just in the bath without anything, and then about 10 minutes later, your respective care individuals come out with what you ordered. Ustenia and Rivallon, there is it's a bottle of wine that it has no label.
That inspires
it is-
confidence.
It is short and squat. It has an almost crimson red color to it, and that is not the bottle. The bottle's clear, and when you pop it open, and take a smell. Yeah. Oh.
Here comes some
That's how it-
Constitution saving throws from getting paralytic drunk on like a
That's the strongest thing
300.
they had, and that's the strongest thing they had. It may not necessarily be made for humans, but it's the strongest thing they got.
Fucking horse tranquilizer.
It's a fucking fortified dwarvish wine that may or may not be cooking wine, for all you know.
Oh yeah.
But you have it, and they provide some glasses that are on like a little tray on the edge of where you're sitting, and you have that. And if you want to drink it or not, they leave it there, and they leave after they've given you what you ordered, and you're allowed.
This is fantastic. I'm just having like flashbacks to any gangster film ever that involves like Russian mob, because they always meet in like bathhouses. And it's like,
It's not, and the thing is, it's like the steam's really thick everywhere and everything. You got these two like adventurer types there, like Ustenia's like just fucking barbarian,
brick tattooed Russian man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Rivallon, who's an elf, full-blood elf.
Yeah.
And then the opposite end of the bath, you have a 50-year-old dwarvish man who's got bright white hair, who's just like slowly like scooping water onto his back, and just like it's not an intimidating scene. It's a communal bath. It's a communal bath.
Let me have a couple of slips of this wine. We'll see how intimidating it is.
All right, give me a Constitution check, please.
I knew that was coming.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be diving straight in there. Is it a check?
Constitution check, both of you. Yeah.
Constitution check.
Yeah, a check. All right, it would be
Oh
six.
lordy,
It
6.
doesn't really matter.
18.
It doesn't really matter with that low
Ustenia's just got fucked.
Oh yeah.
Ustenia, it smells like fruit. This is obviously nothing like the alcohol you drink. Like this is for weak men. This is for the weak dwarf. And you knock back a whole glass without thinking about it. It's just like,
Oh great.
and then a couple of seconds later, you think, I've made a horrible mistake. As you hear that, as you can almost hear it hit your stomach.
And you're in a hot. It's obviously a hot bath, which is going to increase the absorption of the alcohol.
Yeah. Whether or not Ustenia thinks he should take another drink of that is up to you, the player. But Ustenia knows that's some shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's going in for it.
Oh
yeah.
shit!
Yeah. Rivallon, this must be Elvish wine. You're good. This is good.
This is
good.
Elvish
It's
petrol.
obvious. It's obviously not good Elvish wine, but it's Elvish wine, which means it's like
Fucking Helm's Deep all over again.
this has got to be like 60% by volume or something like that.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I feel something in my fingers.
Yeah,
Tingling.
essentially, kind of.
It's the
I think it's
wine
affecting me.
equivalent of absinthe.
I think it's affecting me.
This may or may not be made. This may or may not be supposed to be used in cooking, so the alcohol should be cooked off or not. But it's there, and it tastes of wine, and you drink it. So yeah, it's the best thing you've drank in a couple of days. So you guys enjoy yourselves. R1, you were provided with it's not a large bottle of wine, and you picked randomly. It's actually a small bottle of wine, almost like it's made for one person. Like you get maybe like 2 or 3 glasses out of it, good glasses out of it. It's got a nice label on it. You can't read the label. It has a design of a snake eating itself.
Is it
Ouroboros.
in Dwarven?
It's hold on. What languages do you speak? I'm just gonna double check that. I checked it before I said that, but I just want to double check. Yeah, you
Draconic
can't
to
read
Elvish
it.
and Halfling.
Yeah, you can't read it. it's something. It's in Elvish script. But
So
you
it's a
can't-
Sylvian wine.
You can't. area, but yeah, it's got an Ouroboros on it. That's like colored in an off green. The wine itself it's a white wine.
Oh, it's a Sylvian one for sure.
Sylvian wine. So you drink it. Good shit.
Hey, I
That's
can read
good.
Sylvian. Yay.
Okay.
Yeah. Too bad you didn't order this one. You drink it. It's good. It's actually not that. It doesn't taste alcohol. It's weird. It doesn't taste alcoholic, but it's obviously alcoholic.
Right.
Yeah. And you're provided with like what seems to be a fruit dish that's in front of you. It's a white fruit with red speckled colors around it with black seeds that's prepared and put on top of what seems to be some sort of like I can only like a very flat non-leavened bread.
Okay.
And when you eat it, it's sweet and sour. And there's
Interesting.
obviously no spices on this.
Right.
It's just the fruit and a little bit of the like kind of like a tortilla essentially. Like
Okay.
On top of it. And yeah, it's good.
but-
You have about 4 of those and the wine.
Before Banna leaves, I'm gonna ask her about the city, kind of like what
Right.
Isaac did,
Okay, you get the same information.
Right.
Essentially.
and then I'm gonna ask what the dish was, because I'd never had it.
The dish was that's golden fruit from the let me just check. That's gold fruit from I'm just checking out the map for a second from South Zukash. The South Zukash Isles. You would know that's the place where tabaxi come from.
Okay.
It's an island chain off the east coast of the continent of Rivallon.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna start chatting her up, like nicely,
Surprise!
not like
Surprise!
not like obvious flirting, but just like asking questions about more in depth about the city. Like, hey, do you know any good places for like
Give me a
music?
charisma check.
XYZ.
Yeah, like
Give
music,
me a
that kind of
charisma
stuff.
check. General charisma.
Would you enjoy going to one of those places if I took you? Not like
I'm
a
a
date,
big
but it's
deal.
actually a
I
date.
killed a man. I killed a man last night.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's a great way to open up.
Some girls
Yeah.
might be into that, but you might not want
He's a
to be into
dragon.
those girls. Yeah, hey, that's stereotyping, bro.
Does it help that I almost got married to a dragonborn? Like, does that help?
You spent with a 12. You get a little bit more information out of her, but it's obvious that you might not be the only bath she has
Okay.
to care for. So like you get about maybe 5 or 10 minutes of extra talking out of it, and what you get out of it is what you get when you talk about like oh, I'm looking to buy some stuff. Where should I go? That kind of thing. She tells you that the Null Rack market is where you can get some nice stuff because the tradesmen from the Sky Tower bring all their really nice things there, and you can get some really good food. Talks about like nice dragonborn meat roll, or like it's like a roll with like a special like type of meat in it, and like that kind of stuff. Though she does complain that the prices are really bad around the whole city, and if you're looking to buy things here, you probably came to the wrong place because the Silver Sand Company charges a 10% tariff on everything in the city.
Okay.
And
I had to try.
That's about all you get before she kind of like and out the door. Out the door. All grand total, you guys take about a half hour longer. So it takes you it took Isaac about an hour. It takes about an hour and a half for you guys to finish up your experience.
Okay.
Your spa
so
day.
Your spa day, essentially.
It was worth
it's
it.
nice. This has got to be like hot mineral water or something. Like it is good. It's opened up the pores. Like you guys are having a good time. Ustenia more so.
Yeah, I'm having to drag him out of the bath.
Oh, and before
you get about
like,
two. You get about 2 bottles of. Not 2 bottles. You get about 2 glasses of that Ustenia before even you go like, I'm good.
This is a bit much for a midday
I've got
drinking.
shit to do today. I've got shit to do today.
But before I do leave, like as I'm getting dressed, I'm gonna quickly write down the label, like copy the label into my notebook.
Okay. Okay, you do so, and you get as close as you can. Like actually, no, you get it pretty much exact. You're used to writing things down a lot, so you get it. You
To
get
be
this,
fair,
like,
you could
elvish script down.
probably.
Well, it's not raised.
It's not
It's,
raised. It's just
a
a.
label. It's an actual.
No, but you could hold it to the light and draw around it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. And you finished about half of your bottle R1 before you're going like, oh, I can feel something. This is yeah, no, got shit to do.
Cork it, take it with you.
What are you talking about? I'm just down the rest of ours.
Yeah, nothing says you can't. I'm just pointing out.
Oh, I will definitely take it with me, but I wanted it written in because I might lose the bottle or something.
Whenever you have like a half of your personal bottle, still. And if you guys didn't want to fit, because the bottle you guys got, Ustenia and Rivallon got, that could last you probably all night. Just like of general normal drinking. You guys probably less. From what you know of your drinking habits.
What are you talking about? I have a great constitution with this stuff.
Oh, you do, yeah.
My body was
traveling with a
built for
party
this.
of alcoholics.
I'm saying the volume. I'm not saying the amount of taking you can get drunk. I'm saying the volume to just you drink in general. Whenever you guys get together, compared to the last couple of times you've done it. But you guys have about a half of the bottle left, if you wanted to take it with you.
All right, I take another swigful just to get it over, so it's less than a half, so they can't complain.
I listened to a D&D. I listened to a D&D podcast called Drunks and Dragons, and not even their party drinks as much as we do. In terms,
We don't drink a lot,
We only get to drink
fair,
very
they
often.
went to
and we can stop whenever we want.
Yeah. To be fair, they were provided with alcohol.
It would be a faux pas, not.
To help
drink.
them with their stocks. Obviously, they have a lot, and they're trying to give it away.
Oh, also, I am gonna write a note in Draconic and address it to Vanna. Just like thanking her and just thanking her.
Thank you for taking care of me. You have a wonderful arse.
I will flatter her beauty, but not like that. In a very like poetic, like
bard way.
Nice bard way. Yeah.
Give me a charisma check. Not bad. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so you guys spend about an hour and a half inside of your baths, and then you were done. Your clothes are brought back to you. You're all clean. You've finished the drinking you're going to do from what they provided. You take your drinks with you, and you are now meet back in the center, in like the central space, all clean. Your clothes are immaculate. Like what they did, like it's amazing. Like all the stains are gone. Even a couple of like the little like arrow holes and stuff that you've accumulated through your journeys, they've been patched up, almost as if somebody used the mending spell to patch up your clothes.
Wow.
But you are now as clean as you have been in a while. And so what did you want to do after that?
Right. Well, we said we were going to meet Isaac.
What time of day is it? Is it getting towards the evening?
You spent 5 hours traveling from day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you've spent another hour. It's noon.
Okay. I'm going to. So I would know where like.
Well,
Everyone else say something. I have to pick.
I need a tanner, and a tailor, and then a butcher. And I would like to find a weapon shop as well.
Oh, I'm gonna tell them what I learned from Vanna.
Okay.
I assume I'm gonna need some sort of services to get this thing mounted to a helmet.
That's true. Okay.
And treat it first.
Yeah, you gotta have it treated. What the tanner could do. A tanner could do that. because they have the stuff to like kind of like get rid of a lot of like that kind of because they have to a lot of that stuff would transfer. From what Arwan tells you and his knowledge he got from talking to his to Bana, you'd guess it would either be in the let's see here, it would be in the Silt Sands district of town that you'd find that kind of tradesman, because that's where a lot of the crafts stuff is, or on the broad streets on the outside of town. Those are the two areas that they would most likely be in if you were to look. Obviously, the broad streets would be cheaper, but maybe not the best kind of work, while the Silt Sands would be the higher quality work that you could get done. So, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
I would like quality. So this can be turned into a wonderful coat.
Okay. Same with you, Estania, or do you want to go for cheapness?
No, I think quality as well.
Okay. So, all right. Are you all moving as a group? Arwan, are you going with?
Yes, because that's probably where like a music shop would be, is in towards the other way, right?
Yeah, the craftsman area of town. Yeah, the Salt.
That's where I'm gonna go.
So,
What color dragon was Bana?
she was a. Hold on a second.
Red dragon.
Blue.
Oh my god.
No!
So our trigger word is red dragon.
Like a blue. A blue.
Hannibal Lecter is like.
So okay,
Okay.
you guys start heading towards that direction. It doesn't take you long. It looks like the interior of the town is made better than the exterior part. Like it was like somewhat planned, so you know you can get places easier. And from what Bana told you, you know how to get to the Silt Sands because you can use the Sky Tower as a landmark. It doesn't take you long to get there. And I'm just gonna kind of gloss over some of these things so we don't spend the entire time doing this. You're able to find a tannery that's near the southern part of the Silt Sands district, and it looks to be fairly well off. Like it's not a small operation, so you could probably get something done if you want to there. If you inquire, I'm assuming you inquire about getting your head treated,
Yeah.
and your skin treated.
Yeah.
Are you
And the
doing-
tentacles.
And the tentacles treated. They give you a bit of a look when you ask, and you show them your examples. But they quote you a price of 25 gold pieces for the whole lot, and it'd take them about a week to get it all done because they gotta treat it, they gotta then dry it, then treat it again. It's got to go through a process. And they also ask you, do you want the fur still on your skin or do you want it just as leather?
Oh, that's a good point. Hang on, I'll ask the live stream.
do bits and bits, so you could do like a leather jacket with like a furred collar.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
They said if you kept the fur on it, it does increase the price a little bit, and they'd have to ask a surcharge of 5 gold pieces on top of the 25 for that because it's more complicated to keep the fur in usable shape.
Oh, I'm asking the live stream. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, Estenia, yours doesn't need the fur on it, right? You're already-
No. I want it just.
He
You
wants
know,
it
like
hollowed
just
out.
Roman.
treated. You want it hollowed out and treated. Okay.
Yeah, so I do want the fur still on it. I want it just like with the Roman
Yeah, so it
pedophiles.
still look like a still
Still
looks like the
alive.
beast.
More
So
like
it's
a
almost like his
taxidermy.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They can do that. They know somebody that can treat that. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. If that's how it's gonna be, and you don't need the fur on the tentacles at all.
No.
Is there furs on them?
Yeah, it's fine fur. Like it's a fine.
Oh yeah, no, I don't need it on there.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need that.
What was the surcharge again?
5 gold.
pieces.
All right.
So if you did that, it'd be 30 gold pieces total for all of this to be done. If
Okay.
you didn't do that, it'd be 5 gold pieces because that's the biggest item, and that would take the most time, and that's why they're charging extra for that.
Yeah, go on, keep the fuzzy bit.
Okay, so 30 gold pieces for this to be done by the tannery.
As a group?
You're putting it in as one lot. So how you want to split it? You could do 10 gold pieces a piece or whatever.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, mark down 10 gold pieces a piece so that you've got that all done.
Yeah.
Done.
Is there anything else you guys want to do?
I need a butcher,
You
and I need a weapon shop.
Okay. When was that? Okay. So, you know where butchers can be found, again, because you know the general location and you ask around. Again, the broad streets would have cheaper butchers, but the silt sands would have higher quality butchers, but more expensive.
Well, I'm selling, so I don't really care.
Lower quality is fine.
Lower quality. Okay. It takes
They're
you
the
another
ones
couple-
most likely to buy wolf meat.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, by wolf meat. Yeah. So it takes you about a half hour to get out of the city, into the broad streets, and you kind of guided by asking a couple people for a butcher. You find one. It's a fairly okay butcher. Kind of services a large area on the northeastern side of town, like in this big purple district to the north of the wall.
Yeah.
And you present the meat. Surprised by it, but he's not saying no. What are you wanting? Are you wanting any back, or you want any of it dressed, or are you just selling it at full sale, like wholesale?
Just selling it.
Just selling it. Okay.
Yeah.
He's willing to give you 25 pounds of wolf meat.
Fresh wolf meat. This was killed
Yeah,
this morning.
It is fresh. Yeah, it is fresh. He's willing to give you 8 gold pieces for the lot.
Make it 10.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh, hang on. Persuasion check, yes.
Yeah.
No. I've got a nat 20.
The little halfling butcher looks over the meat and looks at you. All right, for you.
Done.
I'll do it. 10. He grabs out of his personal pouch and he gives you a platinum piece.
Oh.
That's 10 gold pieces.
That is 10 gold pieces.
Fancy.
I forgot they exist.
It's not a small shop. It's pretty. It services a large area of the town. So he's not a cheap, or he's not not well off.
Yeah.
He's pretty well off. So yeah, he gives you 10 gold pieces equivalent, 1 platinum piece.
Yeah.
And is there anything else? What's the next thing you guys needed?
We're just trying to sell our weapons.
Yeah, we've got the weapons to sell. We've also got those bits of stuff that we got off that all that money in gold and stuff we found.
Oh, all your parcel items, like the filigree and all the
You'll want the better region to sell those.
Yes, we'll definitely want the better region, but that's probably where the better weapon shop is.
Yeah, are you going to a good weapon shop? Or are you going to an okay weapon shop?
These are crappy weapons, so I'm going to suggest a not so good one.
An okay weapon shop.
Okay, you guys head over to. You guys are guided towards a small weapon shop on the corner of one of the streets, and it's small, not that big, but it sells like short swords, little hand crossbows, and the like. It has also like a lot of like animal traps, that kind of stuff. When you present your lot of weapons, he looks over them.
These last week.
Yeah. Sketchy bunch. That sketchy bunch of farm boys. No. He looks to them over. Some of them have rust on them. The crossbows obviously need to be restrung.
Mm-hmm.
He looks them over. Kind of checks the edge. The edges are okay. how many are you selling? You're selling 5. What is
Three scimitars, 3 crossbows, and 15 bolts.
15 bolts.
And this is just a weapon shop, right?
Just a weapon shop.
Okay.
I can do 13.
Insight check.
Okay, we'll roll an insight check.
8.
He seems to be like, he's not. I mean, obviously he's not giving you full price on weapons, but that might just be because they're not well kept for.
13, you said?
13 gold.
Deal.
Right. Gives you 13 gold pieces. And you now have those weapons are out of your inventory.
Yep.
And I think we can, and I think that's, there's nothing else you guys needed to do before going back and rendezvousing with Isaac, right?
No.
Other than that shop, but we can do that anytime.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Yeah.
going to be here for a week, so.
Yeah, I need to get going, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 11
That's
o'clock.
what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I think we can end it here, and we'll pick up next week with Isaac's leg of this, and then meet him. So we'll do that.
Yeah.
Cool. No worries. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed the streams. As always, thank you to Roach for writing the campaign, and thank you for these guys for joining me. That's Rivallon Gaming, Dowry, Onzo, Crimson Hussar, and I'm Midgeman. We'll see you guys next week, same time, 7:30 GMT London time. And as always, stay classy, San Diego.
Good God, Midge, you need to get an intro. You need to get an outro. You need to settle on one and keep it.
That was Anchorman. Like...